Here we go. Enjoy.
In the name of my health and yours, Holmes, stop smoking so much. There is more fog in our apartment than in the street.
You are right, Watson, but this evening is never ending, and I have nothing to do but make smoke rings. A more amusing pastime would suit better, but my doctor is against it.
Perhaps a little tune on the violin.
My heart is not in it tonight, Watson. Have you noticed how this cigarette burns? Would you not say it is like a life being consumed? How many lives will end tonight in London? How many crimes will be committed within the life of a single cigarette? Ah, the vanity of existence. It is but complaints and smoke, the meagre panache of its sickly soul.
The tobacco is giving you very somber thoughts. I am certain that this inactivity will not last. Let's retire. You'll be in better humour tomorrow.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed.
I think that would be hilarious if Tim Curry voiced Watson. The opening scene is just so bizarre. It still feels weird. I should probably do an intro, but I'm just gonna let this whole thing play and then I'll do an intro. It's the same suit from Clue. Of course. Well, actually, I'll do an intro now. Hello, welcome to Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. In complete honesty, I did start playing this yesterday, but I had to change the aspect ratio, and it's more fun with more people, so I thought I would restart it so everybody's up to date with what's going on. So I will know what's coming, but to be honest, I was so confused when I played it yesterday that I don't think I'm going to know much more than you guys. So, yeah, welcome to London. Now, fair warning, this is obviously a game about Jack the Ripper, so there is going to be murder, and there is going to be prostitution. So, you know, this is the 31st of August, 1888, 3:20 a.m. And everybody should be in bed. News about what was just said, other than bed. Go to bed, Sherlock.
Come this way, my lovely. We'll have a right good time. Wait, let me help you. Oh, it's my hair that pleases you.
Considering he doesn't look like he has a very tight grip, that was quite effective. Ready for squelching? I also thought that logo, but no, it's her hand. I also was like, where's her hand come from? And then he's just, off he goes. Off he comes. Jesus Christ.
The news is
Oh,
as
I've just
dark
realised
as
it's
the
the same
sky,
song.
Holmes. An inquest has been opened into the murder of a poor woman in the East End. The unfortunate girl was discovered last night, lying in the street, still warm. The murderer was filled with an incredible savagery. Oh, the article gave me shivers down my spine. The inspectors in charge of the case don't seem to have even the slightest lead. A similar murder took place less than a month ago.
Ah, love.
You're gonna
A
notice is how much they
romantic
move their
warm
hands.
kiss in the moonlight, a polite refusal, a terrible anger, and a hanging.
This area of Whitechapel is a disgrace to London. The government should take serious note of what is going on there.
Whitechapel? This woman was found in Whitechapel?
Yes, indeed. Bucks Row, to be specific.
Then it was not a question of romance, but of commerce. Unless these women actually take pleasure in the vice, the female nature is completely...
Holmes, do you hear yourself? A woman is dead under unspeakable circumstances. No less than any other, she was a human and one of Her Majesty's subjects. None of these streetwalkers of which you speak have any other way to survive but by selling their bodies.
Go, Watson!
You know as well as I that our era is not a gentle one. and these women don't have much to look forward to. Some grace, if you would. Do not refuse them your compassion.
Do not say another word, my dear Watson. We shall leave immediately for Whitechapel.
To the scene of the crime?
Watson, true
No,
ally.
I think it would be better to arrive there a bit later once night has fallen. At the moment, the spot will be overrun by police officers and spectators. It would be impossible to investigate properly.
Then where are we going, Holmes?
The best thing to do would be to head to the police station and attempt to get a copy of the preliminary reports.
But the article in the Star seemed quite complete to me.
You must know, Watson, that journalists often draw conclusions from the facts without a proper understanding of how to do this delicate task. We must obtain the reports from the inspector in charge, as well as those from the coroner.
Very well, Holmes, but all the same.
It seems to me that I have a map of London somewhere, Watson. Can you find it and locate Whitechapel while I get ready?
You are too kind, Holmes. Searching through your mess?
So, I can't, he's such obvious breathing. Like, it's like whoever plays Watson was just like, voice acting, doing his lines. Like, oh, well, if you say so, Holmes, I suppose we should. And Sherlock Holmes is like, I gotta get my lines out as fast as I possibly can. We gotta do it. It's like speaking so fast and breathing so obviously. I love it. Anyway. The Star. Special edition, The Whitechapel Horror. The third crime of a man who must be a maniac. Okay. Trying to figure out where this would come from. Okay. Woman lured to by streets to be butchered. The latest victim identified. Opening of the inquest. Great local excitement. The victim of the latest Whitechapel horror, the woman who was found yesterday morning in Bucks Road, completely disemboweled and with her head nearly gashed from her body. Wait, found yesterday morning? I don't hate you. I just don't want them to steal my blood. I mean, I could... What is that? I've got something on my desk. I could still come. I'm not scared. I don't know. It's not pleasant, but I don't think anybody likes it. Likes giving blood. High-tech book you've got here. Let's just scroll through the article like that. Very advanced, you're right. I don't make enough blood of my own. I don't. There's not enough little bits of iron in my blood. Like, we all know you're a bit odd. Vampire Association is friendly. Am I getting paid? Oh no, you don't get paid to give the blood. But then again, in the UK, you wouldn't pay to be getting the blood either, if you needed it, so. Anyway, sorry. Completely disemboweled and with her head nearly gashed from her body, was for a time completely unknown. As the news of the murder spread, however, the first one woman and then another came forward to view the body, and at length it was found that a woman answering the description of the murdered woman had lodged in a common lodging house. 18, Thrall Street, Spitalfields. Women from that place were fetched, and they identified the deceased as Polly, who had shared a room with 3 other women in the place on the usual terms of such houses, nightly payment of 4 pennies. Yes, that's 4pence. That's what that means. 4D. Gross. Gross. They have states pay for blood. New York doesn't. We had problems with that in the 30s. Oh, interesting. Hold on. I love this. Joe's just sent me a text, but it's clearly just something he wants to look up later, and he will forget to do it, so he's just sent it to me. Not for me to look up, but for me to tell him later. I don't know if we can donate plasma here. Like, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I see things, like, in American media about donating plasma all the time. We can, okay. I've just never seen anyone talk about doing it locally, so I was like, what? During the Great Depression were literally bleeding themselves dry. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. Maybe don't do that. Anyway. Each woman having a separate bed. It was gathered that the deceased had led the life of an unfortunate while lodging in the house, which was only for about 3 weeks past. Nothing more was known of her by them, but that when she presented herself for her lodging on Thursday night, she was turned away by the deputy because she had not the money. She was then the worse for drink, but not drunk, and turned away laughing, saying, "I'll soon get my DOS money. See what a jolly bonnet I've got now." She was wearing a bonnet she had not been seen with before and left the lodging house door. A woman of the neighbourhood saw her later, she told the police, even as late as 2:30 on Friday morning in Whitechapel Road. Good lord. Late as 2:30 on Whitechapel Road, opposite the church and at the corner of Osborne Street, and at 3:45 she was found within 500 yards of the spot, murdered. People of her lodging house knew her as Polly, but at about 7:30 last evening, a woman named Mary Ann Monk, at present an inmate at Lambeth Workhouse, was taken to the mortuary and identified the body as that of Mary Ann Nichols, also called Polly Nichols. Who knew her, she said, as they were inmates of the Lambeth Workhouse together in April and May last, the deceased having passed there from another workhouse. I don't know if you guys care about all of this, but I'm going to keep reading it. They do it in the hospital I go to when I give the normal bloods. They do something else too. I can't remember what though. Ah. That's what cinnamon others are for, being our memory. Yeah, okay, yeah, give the girl with ADHD all of the notes that you need to remember. That's a great idea. Bit paranoid that I'm gonna get lipstick on my teeth again. The only place was how the US became the #1 national plasma Boo! Boo! Plasma TVs. Don't do money for blood here anymore. Smart. It's quite cool. You can watch it getting separated. Ew. That is very cool, but also gross. I think it was Norway that at one point was offering people an incentive for donation. Gift blood, receive bloodborne. Please tell me that's real. That's so funny. Okay. On the 12th of May, according to Monk, Nichols left the workhouse to take a situation as servant at Ingleside Wandsworth Common. It afterwards became known that Nichols betrayed her trust as a domestic servant by stealing £3 from her employer and absconding. Whole £3. I realised that was a lot more back then. From that time, she had been wandering about. Monk met her, she said, about 6 weeks ago, where she went herself out of the workhouse and drank with her. I think there's a word missing there. She was sure the deceased was Polly, and having twice viewed the features as the body lay in a shell, maintained her opinion. There's a terribly significant similarity, in capitals, between this ghastly crime and the two mysterious murders of the woman which have occurred in the same district within the last 3 months. In each case, the victim has been a woman of abandoned character. Each crime has been committed in the dark hours of the morning, and more important still, pointing to one man, the man, a maniac, being a culprit. Each murder has been accompanied by hideous mutilation. I'm so good at listening. I mean, reading, even. Wow. Also, rereading the thing. I'm listening and I appreciate the effort. Thank you. Oh, I see Ari reading the thing. I see what you're saying. No, I wouldn't want a dragon. I would prefer a griffin. Then Martha did it. But yeah, I thought that's so funny. Okay. We're almost done. We're not. There's another page. In the second case, that of a woman, Martha Turner, it will be remembered that no fewer than 30 stabs were inflicted. The scene of this murder was George Yard, a place appropriately known locally as the Slaughterhouse. As in both other cases, there were not... Oh my god! I can't read! As in both other cases, there was in this not the slightest clue as to the murderer. No one was known to have any motive for causing the woman's death. She was parted from her husband and had lived with a man named Turner, but the searching coroner's inquiry revealed nothing connecting either with the crime. It was fancied that some of her many wounds had been caused by a bayonet, and she was said to have been seen with a soldier shortly before her death. Some soldiers were paraded at the tower, and one was said to have been identified by a policeman as having been waiting about George Yard just about the time of the murder, but nothing came of it. The first murder, which strangely enough is... Do you think this is important? Do you think any of this is important, or if this is just fluff, bump, or perhaps stuff to do with the actual crimes? Because I didn't read this out when I played it yesterday, so anyway. The first murder, which strangely enough did not rouse much interest, was committed in Osborne Street. The woman in that case was alive when discovered but unconscious, and she died in the hospital without recovering her senses. Consequently, she was able to whisper a word to put the police on the track of her fiendish assailant, and her murder has remained a mystery. All three crimes have been committed within a very small radius. Sorry, that was capitalized. Each of the ill-lighted thoroughfares to which the women were decoyed to be foully butchered. Decoyed, right. I don't know why I read that weirdly. Which the women were decoyed to be foully butchered are off turnings from Whitechapel Road and are all within half a mile. The fact that the 3 tragedies have been committed within such a limited area and are so strangely like in their details is forcing on all minds the conviction that they are the work of some cool, cunning man with a mania for murder. There is no new light thrown on the case this morning. At 9 o'clock, the body of the deceased was removed from the mortuary to an improvised operating room on the premises, and Dr. Ralph Llewellyn made a post-mortem examination. The object of the examination was to determine, if possible, the order in which the various cuts were made. It is evidence from the cuts in the throat and the head that the head was bent back by the murderer before the knife was used. Whether the other mutilation took place before or after death remains to be settled, as although the position in which the woman lay when the deed done, There are several questions of this kind which may throw light on the case, notably the small quantity of blood at the place where she was found and the fact that there may have been much of it somewhere else. At present, clues to the murder are entirely lacking, and the location of the place where the deed was done was the first point necessary to establish. This is a lot. That is a lot. To tell the general public about a crime. That's how you get copycats, baby. I suggest take a screenshot of it and put it on your digital notebook, just in case. Yes. I don't actually have the notes on this page, because I made that after I set everything up, but hopefully, if we need them, we need them. This might be busy work. I think this is fluff. Then again, this is Super Hulock, so it might be important. Okay, so now we know that. So, it's, this is just a tutorial. Much better. You got all the details back then. Oh no!
A map of London.
I didn't mean to pick up the map
last.
already.
Let's see. The district of Whitechapel.
I wanted to look around. I want to see what we've got. I do feel like I maybe have this aspect ratio still a bit wrong, but it's better than it was before, so. Let's see if I can pick up anything.
Well, well. Holmes has received some French champagne. With a card. A gift from a young admirer. Signed, Raoul d'Andrecy. Who on earth could that be?
Raoul d'Andrecy, obviously.
Holmes's experiment table. The Adventure of the Dancing Men. I remember it well.
There's a lot of newspapers just strewn around.
Holmes's violin. He doesn't play nearly enough, if you ask me.
Where's the music coming from? There's not a record player or anything. It's just omnipresent music.
Treaty on Cornish, the Celtic dialect of Cornwall. And here, medieval pottery. How can Holmes possibly read such things?
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's okay, that means it's just non-diegetic. We're not even playing as Sherlock, we're playing as Watson.
Colonel Gordon, during the last adventure of the resident patient.
Here's his own theme song. This is, I'm pretty sure, the same song, just on repeat.
This is how Holmes stores his post. Thank goodness his clients don't see this. This is the coal bucket in which Holmes keeps his cigars. What a funny idea.
I think we've looked at everything. Oh, that just also brings me to the map. Okay, that's quite useful. Wonder who that is. Is that going to stop the music? Is it done? Nope, there it is. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay. Whitechapel. 1 dot.
I found the map, Holmes, and I was able to locate the Whitechapel police station.
Congratulations, Watson. Come, the game is afoot. You can read the article to me on the way.
See how quickly he speaks. It's like he can't just...
We have arrived, Watson, in Whitechapel.
Not very bright. And what cold! Brr, a typical London morning.
Come, Watson, let's find this police station.
To be honest, Mox, that would be really helpful. Right. Oh, hello.
Then quickly, let's get to the police station.
No, I want to go this way. I'm going to run away. Talk to this lady.
You're in a rush, my pretty? Come, I'll have you done so quickly you'll only have time to pay.
Jesus, okay, never mind. I'm going back to the police station. Also, can you hear that screaming? Miss Ice Cream Scoop Watson. Quick, get a mod. Mod the game. So he wears the Ice Cream Scoop outfit. Don't worry about it. This catchphrase, I love it. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, let's play this. Let's do this.
Well, this station isn't very well kept, I say.
It's a local outpost, Watson. The daily tasks that confront these constables are not the easiest, and they are poorly paid.
I can't move while they're talking, by the way, in case anyone wonders.
This police station is like a laundry. What a scandal.
Oh, it's a fire. I thought that was mold, but it's just a like coal stained. There's just a random baby carriage. Is there? Oh my god! I hadn't even taken that in. Okay, it's fine. It's empty. It's fine. Don't worry. There's not a baby in it. You know what I'm gonna say. Don't even worry about it. So now we are going to begin the fetch quest marathon.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, I would like to speak with the Chief Inspector, if you please.
Constable Humphreys here. I am the only one in at the moment.
I love his
What do
voice.
you want with the chief?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am...
Sherlock Holmes? The detective that I read about in the papers? Well, that's a treat, that is. You come about the Buck Road case, have you? Indeed.
Not at all. We were just passing by chance. You say that there was a crime recently.
You don't know? You must be the only folk in London who haven't heard.
Sounds like
It
Jim
won't be long until
Broadbent.
you find a culprit, no doubt.
I love it.
Nothing is less certain. Suspects, 0. Clues, 0. It's not good for us, especially not in this district.
They could have easily made this like a little, just like the tutorial button boxes were like little scrolls. They looked really cool. Why is this just like a brick wall with a square? It's just so weird. Anyway. His nose. Oh, my cursor's a knife. Don't pick your nose with a knife. That's a terrible idea. Troll Sherlock Holmes. Yes, because Holmes is enough to keep...
Listen, this isn't what I came here for, but if I can be of service,
2009?
in a confidential capacity, of course, if you can entrust me
Watch
with a
his
copy
arms.
of the preliminary reports, I could study them and return later with my conclusions.
He moves his arms so
it's just
much.
that these are official documents. I can't take a decision like that without the inspectors. The sooner we know the facts in the file, the sooner we can be of help, my friend. So, if you are Sherlock Holmes, you can find anything, isn't that true? With your magnifying glass, footprints...
Yeah, then.
My performance is often embellished by my biographer.
Ah, good. Good. I will give you the reports, but could you do me a small favour first? During my rounds, I dropped a leather folder containing some papers. Nothing of importance, but it's a big mistake. I would go looking for it myself, but I am stuck here on duty. I must have lost it near the seedy boarding house not far from here. Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could go, ask around.
I love how much the characters move. Like, they move around when they talk. Like, this guy's, like, hands are just, like, all over the place. He's got to touch everything on his desk twice. And you'll see Holmes. He isn't doing it so much right now, but just wait. His arms start doing this constantly. It's so good. Suddenly have the image of a bunch of baby carriages in alleyways chained together like grocery carts. Ran them out for £1. I'm pretty sure it's 2006 or 2009. I think it's 2009. But we're just gonna keep getting older because I'm playing these games backwards. There is I think there's at least one game between the last one I played and this one, but I think it's more fun if I just play them in any order I fancy. It's 2009. Tragic. My performances are often embellished by my perfect biographer. I don't know what that means, but I'll just assume it's good. I know, it was such a weird reaction. Realizing that I mix up Watson and Holmes, I think I'll just start referring to them as Holson. That's gonna confuse me even further.
We shall see what we can do.
It's great. It's so good.
Are we going to go look for these documents?
Why not? It'll give us an occasion to take a tour of the district, Watson.
It's like almost like PS1, like voice acting. You know what I mean? Like in the first Harry Potter game, where Hagrid's like speaking so fast. You know, I came as soon as I heard. But that's my Hagrid impression. But it's Sherlock. I mean, like, why not? That's good, isn't it? But if I had a baby, I would leave it outside too. I think it came out on the Xbox. Wait, am I just... Oh, I thought I was walking through this bench. Can I sit on the bench? Nope, I am now on top of the bench.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Good question. So we have to go left. Like I said, I did play this a little bit yesterday, so I kind of know a little bit of what's going on, but there will be a point where I've stopped knowing. We have to go through here and talk to this guy. Right, let's have a little wander. See if we can find anything exciting. Any Easter eggs. Any clues. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. If I right click, it brings up my menu. Is that what you're sweeping to? You're just making that huge pile back there? That's not very sanitary. What is it? Is it literally poop? Or is it just rubbish and mud? I say specifically bad PS1 voice acting. It's not like PS1 didn't have some good cases of voice acting. Solid. It's like PS3 graphics with bad PS1 voice acting. It is, but Watson speaks fine. Watson's voice acting is fine. There's nothing wrong with him. But it's just Holmes that's speaking like 20 to the dozen. Anyway. Hello.
Good day, sir. You wouldn't happen to have seen a leather folder on the ground around here, would you?
Good day, gentlemen. Finley, caretaker of this building. Here to serve. And yes, less than an hour ago. But some of the local urchins picked it up and God only knows where it might be now.
That's unfortunate. This police bag contained documents
Police
that the
bag.
local police will miss.
You're inspectors.
Not at all. I am Dr. Watson, and this is Sherlock Holmes. the
He's so
detective.
proud that he knows him.
Sherlock Holmes, the great detective. You must be here about last night's murder. Have you discovered the identity of the poor woman?
Indeed, I'd only to read the papers.
Mine is dated from this morning, and it does not say who it is.
So a couple of things. Firstly, this man's voice is fabulous. Secondly, does Sherlock not like have like a group of urchins he can call on? He could be like, hey, you come and find this folder for me. And thirdly, I don't know what's going on when he's like, I don't know her name.
I'm not really engaged in this case, but if I can help the police, I will do so willingly.
Oh, to be sure. I've been told that Inspector Aberline is in charge. A very capable man.
Michael Caine? Really? That's not the vibe I'm getting. So also, they keep calling it a folder, but Sherlock definitely called it a bag. But in a really weird, like, overdubbed way. Even though it's not. He went, this leather bag could be useful to the police. Like, he does like so weird. To be sure. That's what I thought too. The sanitary movement was an approach to public health first developed in England in the 1830s and 40s. And this is 1888, right? With increasing industrialization and urbanization, the removal of filth from towns and cities became a major focus in the struggle against infectious diseases. The fight against communism. Imagine if this was a James Bond game. It further proved that he's a terrible spy since everyone would refer to him as the Great Spy. Like, this is my friend, you know, the detective. He's the best detective in London. He's so great. And it's like, dude, I'm trying to be undercover here. Could you just not? Could you, like, chill? Turn it down. Maybe that's why Watson doesn't really exist in the new game, because that way he doesn't keep, like, he can actually wear disguises. So it doesn't constantly tell people who he is.
So, according to you, I have no chance of finding this folder, then?
Now it's a folder again.
Indeed. But I, on the other hand, should be able to find it.
Why?
Do me a favour, in
How?
exchange, a vagrant comes almost every night to sleep in one of the nooks not far from my windows. He coughs, howls, sometimes even sings. He's quite hefty and I don't dare approach him. I've lost 3 tenants because of
Watson's
him.
staring at him.
If it's you who speaks to the police, they will take this matter more seriously. Tell them about the captain. They'll know who you're talking about. In the meantime, I'll find your police bag.
And there's a bag now. Also, I think, he sounds more like, it's definitely, is it like Filch from the PS1 game? Everything is returning to this PS1 Harry Potter game. He sings too. Oh, the humanity. For a Sherlock book, he didn't have the irregulars. I didn't actually know when the irregulars were introduced, to be perfectly honest. I'm not that down on my Sherlock lore. I just know that they get mentioned a lot in the games. And also, they had their own show. Maybe they're following the books, maybe. Coughs while he's singing, and that is the crime. How long is this one? Oh, this is only 2 pages. Okay, I'm gonna read this one as well. So this is the earlier paper. So this guy has given us the paper that he got. So the one that we read, despite being from the same day, has her name, but this one doesn't. In fact, I'm not gonna read it again. Surely it's gonna have most of the same stuff. Yeah, not gonna read it again. We'll maybe read it later, but we have to solve crimes.
Let's go to the police station.
What do you think, Holmes? What shall we do, Holmes? And so, Holmes?
God, say my name a bunch more, why don't you? Like in Final Fantasy, Joe's playing Final Fantasy Rebirth right now, and there's one character who every time they speak to you, they go, Cloud, at the beginning, and it's just like, shut up! Sorry, I get really annoyed at that character, but that's what this is giving me, the same vibes. It does look a lot like a pipe. You got a pipe in you, very tight. Give me my space, Watson, Jesus! That was a real crime, those crunchy tacos are now soft. Oh. I'm a what? I don't think he's gonna stop. Again, maybe it's their version of the Journey karaoke syndrome in versus murdering some popular song every time they sing it. Yeah, it's his space now. You're not moving, you know that, right? Okay, cool. Just sassing me. I will say though, this game being in 2009 doesn't take very long to load. That's much nicer than waiting.
So, gentlemen, have you found my police bag?
Did you hear how he said that? It's like he said it backwards. I'm sorry, I know it's a very tiny thing, but it's just the fact that they keep changing between folder and bag, and every time they say bag, it sounds like they've, like, overdubbed it, like it's ADR, or they've, like, added it in at the last second. Bag. Police bag. Sorry. Let's actually do the crimes.
Not quite yet. Do you know a vagrant who goes by the name of the Captain?
Captain? Yes, an old sailor, strong as a Turk and tattooed from head to toe.
I was gonna say turd.
The drinkers
Strong
turned
as a
him into
turd.
a derelict.
He appears to be causing some problems for the caretaker of the building at the end of the street.
What do you want us to do? Every night, stairwells, halls and porches become public dormitories, and people don't only come to sleep. I believe this man has a niece who puts him up sometimes. Her lodgings are in Commercial Street, right after the alley with the boarding house. You won't forget my folder, will you?
It's a folder again.
Do you believe this woman will agree to have her uncle stay with her?
No idea. Oh well, let's go see her just the same.
Yeah, I think what they did was they either forgot to change all the instances of it, or they're using them interchangeably for some reason, and they've taken it some other point that character has said a different word that sounds like bag and just like cut it. Like maybe they said we bagged the bad guy or something, and they were like, no. Maybe he's strong as a turd. I like your dress. I did this I just...
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
Excuse me, sir. I'm in a hurry.
Oh, sir, Daredevil, sorry. I do love your dress, though. I wish I knew more about, like, historical fashion. I don't feel like those sleeves are very historically accurate, but I could be... Not you, Watson! Look, you have a great suit. Your tie is a bit skinny, but other than that, you look fine. Okay? Chill out. I wasn't talking to you. Folder dash when you run to fetch the police folder on an errand.
There. This is where the niece of the captain must live.
Just happens to be looking out the window. Very handy. Can I pet the horse? I'll do it manually, it's fine. Me too, Home Senpai! Don't ever call him Home Senpai again. Jesus Christ.
Good day, miss. Would you happen to be the niece of the man known as the captain?
Oh, yes, that would be me. What has he done this time? He isn't... Oh my god. I'm on my way.
Oh my god. I don't want to make fun of the voice actors because, you know, they were doing a job, but some of them are so funny. Oh my god. I hear screaming again. I wonder if I should worry about it. Boop.
Miss, we have come to ask if you could have your uncle come live with you. He sleeps under the windows of a boarding house, causes the caretaker
Boarding
no
house.
end of problems.
So
I
weird.
know. I've lodged him for a while, and he was the same here. My landlord made me kick him out. I'm ashamed, you know. I never should have, given the state of his health. He coughs day and night.
No, that's definitely... You guys... Like, that's definitely screaming. And then something that sounds like crying. And then more screaming. I feel like we should be worried. Regardless of what show says about not worrying about it, I think we should still be worried. Take care of your uncle. Alright, not like
There
that.
might be a way to calm his cough. I am a doctor. I could examine him.
You went to see a doctor at the clinic. But the medicine costs too much. I can hardly pay my rent.
We will see to it. Where might your uncle be found?
I don't know. He must be in the vicinity, but I don't know exactly where.
Goodbye.
We will find him.
We will
Holmes,
find him. And
this
we
is
will
serious.
kill him.
Find an alcoholic in Whitechapel? A needle in a haystack would be easier.
Come, dear doctor, let's trust to our lucky star. Moreover, we also have our informers, remember?
Are you referring to those brats to whom you are always giving charity?
Exactly, my secret police. Some of them must surely roam in this area. It suffices to find
you.
them.
Told ya. Oh god. I've just remembered how this guy speaks. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. They're not... Are they only the irregulars on Baker Street? Or are they the irregulars everywhere? Just the normal ambiance of 1800s London. Every scream is just someone finally realizing that they're living in 1800s London. To be fair, also I would also scream. What is this man doing? You okay, buddy? I know you're not my informant, but you look exactly like him.
No time to talk, Governor. I've done my keep.
Okay. Governor! This is why everyone's very skinny, which is why I was concerned that maybe I didn't have the aspect ratio right. And everyone's being like, whoop, stretched like that. Heard of Slenderman, but I'm sure that's the first time I've seen a slender horse. So this is my informant. Be prepared for the accent.
Hello, young man. How are you?
I recognize him. It's the lad who sells newspapers, who is always calling outside our windows at Baker Street, early in the morning.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. It's a treat to see you again. What can I do?
Okay, it's fine. See you. Okay, it's fine. Everything's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, okay?
Would you happen to know an old sailor who goes by the name of the Captain? A poor man who hits the bottle a bit hard.
Of course, Mr. Helms. He's there at the end of the street. Round to the left he is. But be careful. He can be a tough customer, that one.
Very good, my young man. The doctor will give you a little something. Watson?
Huh? I say, Holmes?
Is he always such a skinflint with you, Mr. Helms? Well, thanks to you, Mr. Helms. Anytime you need me.
He didn't even say his line right. He got his line wrong! I was so distracted by the accent, I barely took in what he said. Actually, I'm gonna have to check. I can't remember what he said. He's there. Just hear more crying. He's there at the end of the street. Round to the left he is, but be careful. He can be a customer, that one. Okay. This end of the street? Or that end of the street? I'm gonna go for this end of the street. Unless he means this street? Oh god. Why would he say that at a crossroads? I'll go this way. We'll try this way first. I'm not convinced that that is English. He's for a bad accent. Sounds like an Australian. Trying to impersonate a Russian doing a Cockney accent. Oh, this is so good.
I can hear someone coughing more than is natural.
Ah, there he is.
Yes, Watson. The poor man cannot be too far away.
I was correct. It was this street. Alright, love?
I have nothing to ask. Batty Street.
Correct. Yes, everyone who's planning on going to London, make sure you speak like that.
If, in order to listen to us, this man imposes as condition that we find his pet cockroach, there will be another murder in Whitechapel today, Watson. Yours.
Ah,
Ah! On the one hand, I agree. I love that the Holmes is like, I am sick of doing fetch quests. Can we please just get on with this? And on the other hand, why is he killing Watson because of it? It's not Watson's fault. You're the one who's doing all of this. Watson's following you. Pretty good at accents. It means that people can't tell what they sound like to others and then don't believe it when it's spoken back to them. I did not sit quite right. I don't have someone think I was 3 different people. That's hilarious. Never stand under a sign for Batty Street, whether you're day drinking or not. Sick inside, you need... That's real good of you, Mr. Holmes. It's so bad. Sorry.
he is in a critical state, Holmes. He has barely a month left.
Is there a way, dear doctor, to ensure that this last month passes in silence?
Really, Holmes,
So caring.
sometimes you... Oh, really? I will make note of some medicine to get immediately that will relieve his pain.
Correct.
Very
That's
well.
it.
I will locate an apothecary or a clinic.
I also love the drunken singing. Oh, I thought we were in a I thought we were in a loading screen. We were not, in fact. See if there's one down Batty Street, shall we? I want to see a fetch quest in a game where you have to go get a specific person for someone. Well, I just want to give that person a fetch quest as well. That's quite funny. That would be funny. Alright, we need to find a clinic or an apothecary. Oh, hello! Oh my goodness! Boys, hello! Hi! Welcome in! My goodness! Quick, defend! Everybody defend! Let's pause the game. Hello! How are you? I think I need to change that song. It's that alert. It's not very dramatic, is it? Hello, everybody. Welcome in. This is nice music. I like this. It's nice to see you. If this is your first time here, welcome. We are being raided. Very chill. Very chill raid. Hi! Yes, I think I'm doing alright. How have you been? It's nice to see you all. Hello, my name is Lara. I am a variety streamer and I love to play puzzle games and detective games. And today we are playing a game set in very odd Victorian London. It's a Sherlock Holmes game, but the accents are a little bit atrocious. So welcome in. Your fences won't be enough. Oh god! Wait, but we're peaceful. We're a peaceful lot here. I will say though, as soon as you enter the chat, you are now a registered detective at my detective agency. So you have to come and do the work. You don't have to do the work. You can leave if you want to. You don't have to stay. But, you know, it's so nice. Let's do a shout out since I'm no longer in the game. I'll just do one myself. I love a good bad accent. Well, you're in luck. Unfortunately, the character who had the terrible accent has left. But we've got more. I'm sure there'll be more. I have some moves. I love that little cow. That's so cute. But yeah, if you want to stick around for some sometimes chill, sometimes a little bit wild puzzle detective agency. An unpaid internship. Feeling young again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love your username, by the way. Customer Care Skeleton. That's a fantastic name. What were you up to, Boyson? What were you playing today or doing today? It's so nice to see you. Raiders, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. In your worst 1800 London accent. Peaceful nation. We are a peaceful nation. Lawrence Detective Agency and Bakery won't pay you for the work not completed. We won't pay you at all, but that's not the point. We have all the accents in this game. Some are better than others. We have some terrible voice acting, and some good voice acting. So we get a little mix. Playing a game called Harold Halibut. It's got, oh, I've been seeing TikToks about that game. I didn't realize it was out. Oh, I think I want to play that too. I really like the look of the stop motion. I think it looks really cool. Maybe I'll have to go watch a VOD. Maybe I'll do that on the train. I have a train tonight. Give me something to do. I'm gonna write it down. This is very chill. This music's making me fall asleep. Oi, I'll be a detective now, Governor. Right-o, Mr. Holmes. You put an H in Holmes. You have to take that H out. Violence, murder, and mention of sex work. Sounds like a good time. Right, we'll get back to the game. Before the Spiritfarer music starts making... Well, sketchy, that would be weird, considering it is from the Spiritfarer soundtrack. Tasty. So, for everybody who's just joined us, it's lovely to meet you all. Come on in. We're in 1800s London. We are solving the crimes of Jack the Ripper. We've only just started. And I'll see if I can find someone with a bad accent so we can talk to them. Oh, he looks mad.
Come, my lord, a little coin. Oi!
That was like Skyrim NPC energy. I want to hear Holmes say, "Hello, Poppet," to someone in his best Nigel Thornberry accent. We're really obsessed with Tim Curry. Soundtrack. What do you sound like?
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
You too? You're lost?
Oh, his accent's not too bad. However, if we talk, we have to be careful, because if we talk to any of the women, they might start, like... There's a lot of sex workers on this street, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So they might try and get some, business. So we have to be careful.
Either way, what difference does it make?
I have nothing to ask.
She just swivels.
I have nothing to ask.
Oh no, me too, Moo. What about you?
Oh, lovely cardy, ain't it? And not dear neither. I found it on Goldston Street. They have plenty of clothing stock over there.
Oh, thank you. Ignore the screaming. It's fine. We're a peaceful nation. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna find somewhere by just walking around, so let me check my map. Oh, she definitely is gonna try and get me to pay her. We need to...
I have no reason to go that way.
So sorry. Where is Watson? Where is Watson gone?
You ain't from round here. You shouldn't stay here. It ain't healthy.
There you go. Watson, oh no, Watson's with the coughing guy. I forgot. He's looking after the patient. Oh no. Okay, sorry. Let's. Oh, would you look at that? Where is this? How was I supposed to be able to find this by myself, or is this just how I get here? Oh no, I spoke to him in when I played earlier, and he gets really mad at you. He's like, "Get out of here, you! We don't like you a lot around here, fancy tough, like that." 1800s legend, but everyone's got main whistles on their tea kettles.
This
Oh yeah,
building
that's
is
it.
a
Yeah,
clinic.
yeah. It's just to let you know that. Would you like to go inside? Thank you, Jesus. Wonder where's Watson? Now, Watson is I don't know what I'm saying. These beds look rather short. Leighton, a segue into our sponsor. Do you like coffee? Hot bevies, cold bevy, in fancy mugs? Don't miss your chance to have your own fabulous purple Leighton mug today. Stay hydrated, or perhaps have some soup. Do you know what? It would be a very good soup mug. It would be a great soup mug. Type exclamation mark merch. I do actually. This is a real product. I have mugs, and they are big. Yes. I want to get one now for soup reasons. It's nice and quiet in here. There's no screaming, at least. There's also no patience. Ooh, could we actually read that? Shadow Legends. Maru, no. No, I don't think that's actually... I don't think that's actually in English. I was trying to figure out if it was just a super blurry words. Soup belongs in a bowl. It does, but you can make like a cup of soup or like one of those packets of pasta or something. You know the ones. Real product, sip copy from actual product. I don't have my own mug. You're so screaming, there's also no patience. These facts are probably related. Listen, shut up, okay? I don't have, this isn't my mug. This is not my merch. This is just a mug I own. An artist soup, I'm given an option, cup or bowl. That's weird. We normally don't get the option, and it will come in either, depending. If you get a sandwich with the side of soup, it will usually come in a small bowl or a cup. But if you get soup as a main, it's a bowl. No, I went somewhere not that long ago where somebody else ordered the soup, and it came in one of those bowls that's like this wide, but it's all like the rim, and then it's a tiny bowl. I was like, that's just so impractical. During the healthcare at the time, no patience is most likely a good thing. Hi, buddy.
Good day, sir. Dr. Gibbons. You aren't from around these parts.
That's the second person who
Indeed,
said
Doctor.
that.
It is for someone from your neighbourhood that I am here, though. His doctor asked that I acquire some medicine on his behalf. I have the note here.
Dr. Watson? Not from round here neither. This medication is quite dear.
It's like Ross
Certain
Hornby.
documents are necessary to obtain them for free.
Oh, bread bowls are good. I do like a good bread bowl. But I find that bread bowls are better if you've got, like, more of a stew situation happening. Like, less of a very, very wet stoat. You know what I mean? A less liquidy soup. So it's mostly, like, chunky or, like, bits of meat and stuff in it. Because if it's just, like, completely smooth soup in a bread bowl, I feel like that's weird. It's still doable, but I don't like it. I think it's weird. That's my official stance. The official PurpleCoffin stance. Or like a cream-based soup. Oh yeah, don't like wet bread. Do you like wet bread? I mean, I'll have a dunk of some bread. It depends, okay? It also depends on the bread. Let me find this medicine for this man, okay?
I don't have it. You'll have to accept my spare change. Will it be enough?
Enough to relieve your patient for a month. Would you like me to make this prescription available after that time?
According to Dr. Watson, that won't be necessary.
The possibility of a recovery.
Yikes.
A definitive one, yes.
Death. That's the
Death, sir.
recovery.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I've lost it already. It was something about, was it about soup? Oh no, wait, he had money. Sherlock had money, and then he was still like, Watson, pay the child. He didn't pay, what? Okay, anyway. The only acceptable wet bread is when it's been dunked in soup. Exactly. I remember that. The hot dog bun debate that went on for so long. It was so, oh my god, we're getting so irate about it. Ooh. Official PurpleCoffin stance. Bread balls are not real balls unless they contain stews. Yeah, technically it's just a... But then when do you stop calling things a bowl? Because, like, if you hollow out a bit of bread, it's technically a bowl, but so is, like, anything that shape. You know? Hot dog debacle. It was definitely a debacle. It was awful. It went on for so long. Anyway, where's everybody gone?
It's rather quiet here.
Where is
An
everybody?
unusual chain of events. The majority of the people hereabouts went out last night to see the great fire at the warehouse. The patients that I was minding and my staff were no exception. The former were dramatically healed, and the latter ended up sick. And with the murder last night, most of the people who weren't working wandered over to the scene of the crime. Their little aches and pains will wait until tonight or tomorrow.
A squalid murder, it would seem.
Just like what this area has become.
Some of the lines in
thanks,
this are
Doctor.
so weird.
Not at all.
Does one's mouth count as a bowl? Exactly. Where do you draw the line? Anyway, we've got the medicine. Let's go. Back to the screaming. Are you a child? Yes, you are a child. I thought you might be really far
No
away.
time to talk, Governor. I've done my keep.
That's what the other kid said. Okay. Can I just point out the hilarity of you pondering over bowls here and Dr. Gifford's there just staring vaguely into space? Yeah, he's just, you know, Twitch integration. I've got him thinking about it. Everyone's gonna debate the questions of whether a mouth counts as a bowl. My hot dog buns are pre-cut, but I use whatever they did. But honestly, I must use a tortilla instead of an official bun. Tortilla? For a hot dog? I'm sorry, that's just stumped me. The children's voices. What, you don't like the children's voices? Thick inside got so irate and so, like, thinking so hard about the tortillas that the sentence just makes no sense. Wait, to pre-cut, not the tortillas. See your food though, tomato is a fruit, as is corn, botanically speaking. From this we can infer that whiskey, if made from corn, is ketchup. No, it's not! Whiskey isn't thick! And you wouldn't call a tomato sauce, like a thin tomato sauce, ketchup. So, I disagree. Perhaps it's a smoothie, though. Is it a smoothie? Maybe? Maybe we count them as a smoothie? The expression looked like it was just like, you know, I've never thought about it this way. You make several good points about bowls. You just put lots of toppings on and wrap the tortilla. I think you've just changed my life, Raven. Anyway, let's give the medicine to Watson. Oi. Oh yeah.
Here is the medication, Watson. Is our man movable?
He should be able to stand in a few minutes and will no longer be suffering from his cough before long.
Magical.
Consider the affair resolved. Accompany him to his niece's while I return to the boarding house, and then join me at the police station. Let's return to the boarding house.
And he has to tell me where we're going every single time. And I would be making fun of that, except for the fact that it's definitely useful because I will forget. And I also won't listen because I'm so distracted by his arms moving around like that. Whiskey is corn ketchup. Bartender, another shot at your finest corn smoothie, please. Is it this way? Yes. Historically, ketchup was first made from mushrooms. Mushroom ketchup. I think people still make mushroom ketchup. I've never had it. I had lingonberry ketchup once, which I don't know if it was just regular ketchup with lingonberry in it. But it was actually quite nice. But it was also really, really thick. It was more like jelly. So I don't think it was really a ketchup. Whiskey isn't a ketchup. It's highly concentrated fruit juice, slightly fermented. Whiskey is corn
I have
kimchi.
good news for you, Mr. Finley. We have sent.
Oh,
the
this guy's
captain to
voice is
stay
great
with a
too, if you've just
relative,
come in, by
and
the
he
way.
shouldn't bother you for a while.
I also have some good news. I have your police bag.
Thank you. I bid you good day.
Oh, it was nothing. Tell me, one of my wife's friends lost...
Another day, Finley. Another day.
Stop giving me fetch quests,
Let's
mate.
go to the police station.
I don't want any more fetch quests now. Sure, sir, are you sure it's a bag and not a folder? Thank you. Thank you. This is what it looks like. Its official tag in the inventory is bag. Bag tag. Also, Big Mac is cake and spaghetti meatballs is just Italian boba. I think Corner is trying to have a fight. Everything is just everything else, okay? You're gonna use that logic. Oh, this guy's beard's magnificent. Can I talk to you about your beard, sir?
Pardon me,
Oh,
but can
you
you give me
jumped.
some information?
I startled
I
him.
beg your pardon, but I am expected.
Okay. Have a good one. Oh, you're fancy. Can I talk to you? Oh, she's turning away from me.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
You too? You're lost?
You look so startled. Literally jumped when I spoke to him. Oh no. Like all the instructions they gave any of the extra voice actors were do a voice. Everything is everything all of the time. A little bit of everything all of the time. You ever get an official count of how many ways that guy pronounced the word bag? Oh my god. I love that we had the raid and I was like, welcome in. We're so chill and we're a peaceful nation. Please don't hurt us. And then we're just absolutely creasing myself about the about the word bag. I'm gonna turn the music up a wee bit. Because I had it turned down, but I think it's actually... I beg your pardon. I'm expected. The 25th of December by any chance? It looks like he saw Casper. Oh god, don't mention it. The Spanish anti-Inquisition. I love how every person will just go the other way when you talk to them.
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
You're all good-for-nothings. Thugs. Vermin.
They have such, like, Oblivion animations to their face. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know in Oblivion when you speak to people and it zooms in on their face and then the way their faces move? It's so similar. Stop screaming! I'm trying to have a conversation. It's so distracting. I don't know if you guys can even hear the screaming that well. It's quite loud for me, though. You know exactly what I mean, yeah. And sing it doesn't count for bingo. The word folder. The word bag. Is it a bag or is it a folder? Luckily, we're going to go and hand it in. So hopefully, they will stop saying either of them.
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
Actually, we have to do this. I forgot that.
Are you sure it's the police bag that you lost?
Yes, but someone attempted to force it open. They didn't succeed, but now the lock is stuck. Perhaps you could...
Let's see.
Oh. I'm sorry for screaming. I'm sorry for shouting. But the way he said police bag, the police bag, so bad. The Jasper says the same to his victims. Stop screaming. I'm trying to have a conversation, mate. Oh no. You still hear the screams when you're not playing the game? Thankfully, no. I can't. Oh, I'm getting too, I'm getting too het up about this, right? So, as I mentioned earlier, I did play the beginning of this game yesterday, but I've restarted it so that we're all together for it. And I did do this puzzle already. However, I will reenact how I acted the first time I did this puzzle. I sat here for a while, and I went, I don't know what I'm meant to do with this, because it hasn't got any instructions about what I'm aiming for. In the end, I did figure it out, so you're gonna see me figure it out again, because I don't remember the order that I did it, but I did get it right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some music on, because there's no music in this part of the game, and we're gonna do some puzzles. Acting. So, after a little bit of trial and error, I figured out that I do... Oh, so close! I do in fact need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have done it the wrong way around. And now I've just confused myself. This is gonna take a while. Just listen to the music. don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm kind of an idiot, you know? I also can only turn it one way. Assume that everyone know that. I mean, Coffins is right in her name. Shh. Don't tell them. Wait, have I got it? Have I done it? I think I've done it.
All done.
I did it.
A big thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Think nothing of it, my friend.
Now give me those reports.
Another puzzle solved.
Yes, Sketchy. This actually has been my, like, opening song to the stream for the past few streams, except for today. But, like, last week I had it as the opening, because it's 10 minutes. So it's the orchestrated version, and it's 10 minutes. So it's really good to put it on, and when I hear the song ending, I'm like, quick, get on camera. Give me those reports, mate.
So, the reports.
Why don't you wait till the inspectors get back? You would certainly learn more.
If I wanted to meet the inspectors, I would have done so. So, give me the preliminary reports, and above all, do not mention my visit to anyone. Is that clear?
Sure, if that's what you want. Here are the reports.
Very suspicious. Why am I not... Clearly I'm not, like, actually working with the police yet. Death of Polly Nichols, 31st of... spelt differently. 31st of August, 1888. Autopsy report by Dr. Henry Llewellyn, surgeon. Her throat has been cut from left to right. 2 distinct cuts being on the left side, the windpipe, gullet, and spinal cord being cut through. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Okay. A bruise apparently of a thumb being on the right lower jaw, also one on the left cheek. The abdomen has been cut open from the center of the bottom of the ribs along the right side, under the pelvis to the left of the stomach. Like, whoop, like that. There the wound was jagged. The omentum or coating of the stomach was also cut in several places, and 2 small stabs on the private parts, apparently done with a strong-bladed knife, supposed to have been done by some left-handed person, death being almost instantaneous. Okay. Spectre, I think, is one of them that Sherlock and books didn't like, I think. Ah! Look at, see, it's so useful to have you here.
Have you obtained the preliminary reports?
Yes,
in front of
we'll
you.
read them on the go. Let's to the scene of the crime at Bucks Row, Watson.
I thought he didn't want to go till nighttime. Is it nighttime? Is that how long our fetch quest took us? What is this? Oh, that must be a guard box. Hello.
What are you looking for? Tricks? Opium? Girl? Sailor?
Hey. Oh, Jesus Christ. How does he do this in every single game? Oh, right, we need to go to Bucks Row. Oh, it's right by the clinic. Is this where she died? I'm confused. Where did she die? Wait, is that an actual attempt to crowdsource solving the actual IRL Jack River case? No. Totally not.
But what are all these people doing here, Holmes?
Apparently, they came to see the scene of the crime.
What about us? Aren't we going to see it?
We will return this evening, Watson. The circumstances should be ideal for carrying out our little experiments.
Why did the game make me do that?
Well, Watson, we are at the scene of the Polly Nichols murder. Imagine the victim lying at the spot where she was found and try to discern all of the clues we can.
Ignore the smooching
Watson,
people.
You are a writer. I am therefore entrusting you with our deduction board. It will help us to establish certain facts.
Understood, Holmes.
Why did he say writer in quotation marks? Like, hold on, is there anything there? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, well, she's not actually there. This is just a sketch. But, hold on, get my... I can't see anything. He's very rude to poor Watson. Why is he so close to me? Maybe I need to turn my lights off. Hold on, let's turn the lights off and see what happens. See if I can... Oh, I can actually see some... No, there's still nothing there, though. That's just like a door. But I couldn't see anything before. ages since I reread the books. I think there was one of them that didn't like listening to Sherlock, and Sherlock had no use for. I mean, that's, you know, that feels like Anderson in Sherlock. Not that that's what you go off of when you're... Anyway. So, I figured out from earlier that the magnifying glass is obviously when there's a clue, and if the magnifying glass is green, that means I've already found that clue, so there's no point clicking it a second time. Very useful to know.
No marks on the ground.
This is my deduction board. And I'm going to pretend that I haven't already done this. So, you must deduce facts based on the observation you've made at the crime scenes. Click on the observations on the left side, so that's this, and position it in one of the spaces in the center. Boxes containing an arrow will appear on the screen. By clicking on an arrow, 3 possible deductions will display. You must choose the right one. Once all of the facts on the right side of the screen have a green outline, your deduction work on the murder at hand will be over.
The ground is muddy.
Oh, did that give me another clue? Oh, it did! Damp and dirty ground means he could not have had relations on the ground. There were relations on the ground. The murderer threw water on the ground. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't have had relations on the ground, just because it's muddy. Watson is this close to knocking Holmes on his bum, leaving him for the river to find. He's a bit of a miserable sot. We're going back in time. Maybe he gets even worse in the earliest games. We're searching for clues. Someone gets Stephen his Blue's Clues notebook. Someone's got a letter. That's Blue's Clues, right? I never actually saw Blue's Clues. As a kid. Sorry, just drinking my mocha. My very cold mocha. Okay. I think it's that one. I think that's what we're supposed to pick. I can't actually remember. I literally only played this yesterday and I don't remember.
Let's look at this
Oh,
poor
God.
woman more closely.
I'm sorry, she's dead. I shouldn't be rude. But that is a... wow. Oh. Okay.
A small pool of blood, 6 inches in diameter.
This is actually quite a cool way of doing it, though. Like, not making it like a really badly made 3D model, but having it like, and like this, so you can like look at clues better. It also makes it a lot clearer what stuff's important and what stuff's like, because could you imagine like the quality of the models of like Watson and Sherlock, but then you have to try and be like, which of these things is just part of the quirks of using 3D modeling and which thing is actually a clue. You know, like the shading on his face, is that supposed to be there, or is that just how it's rendered? You know?
There is a bruise at the level of the right maxilla. There is a bruise on the left cheek. The throat was slit from left to right. There are 2 incisions.
Let's leave you with that for a second. Used to accept this game as canon as Holmes is not wearing a deerstalker hat. I don't think he wore a deerstalker hat in the other games I've played either, so none of them are canon. He might have played one in chapter 1, because that one I was able to like change the outfits. I don't think he wore one in Crime and Punishment, but I could be wrong. Have fun looking through the entire playlist of that, all of the gameplay, to discover whether he was wearing a deerstalker at some point. That's an issue as well. No deerstalker, no pipe. Clearly not Holmes. No, I think Basil Rathbone did wear a deerstalker at some point, for quite a lot of it. He had a pipe. Did he have a pipe? I thought he had a cigarette. Oh, he had a pipe in the newer one. Did Holmes have a deerstalker in the books? Actually, I don't know. I need to read them, but also, I don't know if I can be bothered. Because I've seen so many adaptations, I feel like I already know the answers, you know? Also, I never actually asked you guys, do you like my new layout? With you guys in your little suspects folder. You're all suspects. No, you don't like my new layout. That's very rude of you. Okay, but you're being honest. Deerstalker for one book that I recall. Oh, okay. Sherlock Holmes hires Phoenix Wright to sue the devs the next game. Maybe I will at some point play the newest Sherlock Holmes game, the Cthulhu-y one. I have the original version that they made. Well, not really. So, okay. I'm just leaving you with this creepy eye, by the way, because I want to talk about stuff. They made a... Frogwares, the people who make these games, made a game... Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, that was what it was called. Sherlock Holmes and The Awakened, I think. And that was back... I don't know when. But then they remastered it and released it again. And then they've now remade it from scratch with the new Sherlock from the newest game. So he's like a younger Sherlock. But I played a bit of the demo of it, and I wasn't really a fan. Because of the, I don't know. It was really weird, because they were like, Chapter 1, here is young Sherlock and his imaginary friend Watson. And then that game happened with all of its plot. And then they were like, here you go, here's young Sherlock with an actual Dr. Watson. I'm like, what? Sorry, excuse me, hello? How can he be real? What's happening? Anyway. The new layout's pretty nice. Took me a stream to get used to it. Yes, this is to be fair my first stream with this setup, because I haven't played a game with a smaller capture, but I think it's nice. I'm happy with it. I could tweak some things, but I'm happy with it for now. Sherlock Holmes' Deerstalker hat has become one of his most identifiable features, which is rarely spotted without. It may be surprising to many, however, that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle has never made a the chat, it scrolled! The chat, what does it say? Make a single reference to the word Deerstalker in any of his fictional detective stories, let alone any of his work. I want to talk about more stuff. Very good. He wore the Deerstalker in Hand of the Basketballs when he was hiding out. Oh. Basil Rathbone that gave us the Deerstalker, right? Here you go. It probably is. A fun fact, that is quoted from a site about Sherlock Holmes' tartan. There's a tartan? Evidently what happened with those games is that Watson got his wish to become a real boy. If he looks recluse in some bloke's mustache. I have mustache. Okay. I'm just gonna... That looks so weird.
The tongue is swollen.
Is that everything? No, I'm still missing some. The torn clothes? No. Her hair?
There's a bruise on the left cheek.
I've already got that. That's not new. Her scar.
The throat was slit from left.
Her eyes. Did I
small pool
Wait, did I miss something? What have I missed?
There's a bruise on the left cheek. There's a bruise at the left.
She's very muddy. She has boobs. I don't know.
There's a bruise at the
I think
level.
I've got everything. Did I not get everything?
There's a black bonnet near the left hand. The body was lying on its back, legs straight and slightly apart. The skirt had been lifted up to the middle of the body. The left hand was touching the barn door. The body was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary report for the details on the wounds inflicted upon this poor woman.
He played him in 2 Sherlock Holmes mysteries in rural settings because it was an appropriate hat for the setting, and they were so successful the association stuck. Oh, that makes sense. I think, I recently rewatched H. Bomber Guy's video on why Sherlock, the BBC show, is terrible. And I agree with his points. I do. But it talks about Basil Rathbone's Sherlock and the fact that that was very much a monster of the week kind of show. Like, there was no overarching plot, which kind of works better for the character of Sherlock. You need to go watch the video. I'm doing a terrible job at summarizing his points, but you should go and watch it. It's very good. Stab. Did I get everything?
No signs of blood.
I think last time, once I'd got all the clues, it was like, okie dokie, we've got all our clues. Nice, let's go home. Maybe I've missed something? Oh, hold on. Was there something there? No, I've got that one. It's green. Okay. Guess it's time for... Ooh! Time for deductions. Tongue is bloated. I don't know if it matters where I put these. Oh, it does it automatically. Okay. So I'm literally just moving them. It doesn't matter because it puts them where it wants them. Right. So I don't know what the differences are. This is about the body, and maybe this is about... Oh, this is like the area? No, because the victim had her throat slit. I don't get what these are two separate areas to put my clues in, but... It's actually really difficult to put them in the right place. I'm clicking a lot. Like, West Country accents for pirates, it's entirely down to Robert Newton and Treasure Island. Isn't it wild, the stuff that we then just, like, have as, like, a cultural thing? We're like, Sherlock Holmes wears a deerstalker and smokes a pipe. That's his character. And it's like, that's not actually in the original at all. Okay. The victim had her throat slit. There are no traces of blood on the walls. She didn't have her throat slit while standing. We know that's true because we saw it happen. A little pool of blood. The blood didn't flow in strong spurts, I guess? She wasn't killed here. She was dead before being stretched out and having her throat slit. She was killed by having her throat slit. She was dead before... Ooh! And it's green! That means we got it right. The victim was dumped. The victim wasn't dragged. The victim... The murderer warmed the victim up. Yummy in the microwave. The victim has a bruise on the right jawbone. The bruise was caused by hard pressure with the fingers. She was strangled. Again, we know that. And the murder took place here. However, it still doesn't seem to be done.
Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
However, this is green. So, why is it playing like two songs at once? This is so distracting. This is green, so that means we're done with it. So what have I missed?
This spot is deserted, Holmes.
Oh.
The prostitutes only come here to exercise.
Well, well, well. And that says that's green, so that means that's done. Just trying to see if there's anything I've missed. There's sworn that Watson spots a man in town wearing a deerstalker and hound of the Baskervilles that later ends up being Sherlock. Oh! Could be. These are all green. Oh, I've missed something. Oh, that's the thing I just learned, right. Is there anything else? Oh, hello.
There is only one streetlight lit on this street, Watson, and this spot is particularly poorly lit. Well, Watson, we have found all the possible clues, I think. We will now attempt to recreate the scene of the murder. Come closer, Watson. I have to make you up.
So you look like a pretty girl.
You are joking, Holmes? I feel ridiculous, Holmes.
Now, Watson, come and stand here in front of me. You shall play the role of the poor woman, and I shall play that of the murderer. Let's try to reconstruct the facts to ensure the final result corresponds indisputably to the way that Polly Nichols was killed.
It's like he's reading his lines. Like he's not acting. Whoa. Hello. What is happening here? A murder. A body has been discovered. Oh, roleplay. Sweet. Hey, so it took me a very long time to figure this out the first time. So I guess it's actually quite good that I'm replaying this part, because it means that I can go through it a little bit faster, because it took me like a full 15 minutes to figure out what on earth I'm meant to do. Because it does explain what the buttons do, but I didn't know how to submit my answer. Spoiler alert, you don't do that. So, First of all, we have this cool little handy dandy thing down here, which, like, gives us, like, a 3D model of the situation. We can see if it looks good. And then all of these, like, toggle something about the scene. So, for example, that doesn't look like it's doing anything. Now they're standing up, you know, whether he has a knife or not. Hold on, I need to go back so you can see his weapon. Which hand he has the knife in, that kind of thing. So, we know that she was strangled with the left hand.
This position is unlikely. Yes, it's quite possible the events occurred like this.
Like that. Yeah, they're filthy role players. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that looks right. Look at those bruises. Okay. So then I was like, I'm done. I figured it out, right? Why is nothing happening? Do I have to submit it somehow? No, it turns out I then have to also show how she was mutilated as well.
No, I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim.
Okay.
I hope that, as with the real murder, nobody had to witness all of that, Watson. If the murderer used his right hand astride his victim, there wasn't much room. The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
Ah, there, we've done it. Strangle! He actually just
Watson,
sliced him.
Now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
Why is he saying it so fast? Like, chill. Okay, poorly lit street means black bonnet near the left hand, poorly lit street, and the prostitutes only go down the street to exercise. She was holding her bonnet in her hand. Bonnet was already on the ground. We saw it fall in the cutscene. The victim wasn't afraid. She had her bonnet in her hand and was ready to exercise. Ah, there we go. It's not left-handed, that seems to be wrong. Hold on. Her left? How did he do that? Was it like that? So that's the left hand stopping her from screaming, right hand strangling. Means he's right-handed. Strong man.
The victim was most probably dead before being laid down. Once the heart stopped, gravity drained the body slowly, not in a heavy spurt that would have stained half the street.
Thank you, Holmes. I understand why you told me not to change clothes. Do you realize that our behavior didn't alarm anyone?
The victim's ordeal was even more discreet. By acting in silence, we have confirmed something. The crime definitely took place here. The victim and her murderer were able to come here without making any noise, and afterwards the murder took place without the slightest cry being uttered. Come, Watson, let's go home. We have spent far too long in this sinister alley. And so, my dear Watson, the day and night which we passed in Whitechapel were enlightening, weren't they?
An adventure that I most certainly will never relate. To be in the skin of that poor woman.
He's stabbed on the ground.
I prefer not to speak of it further. But have we really learned anything about the murderer? Obviously a man, given the necessary strength.
Very sexist.
We have little to go on, at least no more than the police. But in my opinion, Inspector Aberline has a trick or two up his sleeve. No, I want to talk about the facts and what we can draw from them. We know where the crime was committed and under what conditions. I would like to ask you about the possible motives for the crime. According to you, Watson, what could have pushed the murderer to act in such a way?
Okay. Now this is where I stopped last time, so I have no, at this point onwards, I have no idea what's going on. However, Joe has just started calling me, so bear with me, please. I need to answer because he's called me twice now. Okay. Hello. I am so sorry for that distraction, the sudden break. Basically, because I will be highlighting this later, I'll do a quick recap. My partner Joe is currently the director of a show that is going to be on tomorrow. It's a very short show. It's a project thing, and he needed help because he's taken my lights for the show, which is why there's no lights behind me, and he accidentally messed them up, and now he can't reconnect to them, and he was phoning me in a panic trying to get them to work because they're on doing the dress rehearsal right now. So that's why he phoned me multiple times in a row, and I needed to pick up because that's, you know, that's the code. So we're back now. Hopefully everybody is still here. You all still here, detectives? You're all clocked back in after your little lunch break, having some fun little fishing for your lunch break. We are now back, and we have to solve the motives of crime. I am guessing, without looking at the help, which I don't think there is one, there's no help button, that I have to, like, mark this as yes or no. And then I can, like, match these up to each of these topics. Push the buttons. Push the buttons. Keep pushing. I think we threw all the fish. Look at those emotes! I want emotes like that for me. They're so cute. I already have a note-taking one. I just want one of the magnifying glass ones. That's so cute. My usual emote artist, I don't think, is got commissions open right now. Otherwise, I'd be like, make me more. You kept the tuna. Okay, so we kept one or two. To be fair, you guys fished up, like, so many fish. So, it's only fair. So, what could have been the possible motive? Theft, I think, is the victim lived in misery. So that's definitely a no.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
Was that wrong? Am I not supposed to do that? Or are they just giving me extra information so I can make my decision? You have the 60-odd slots for animated emotes. I definitely have some animated emote slots. Because I've got... And I had one that I wanted to animate, but it was just too difficult to animate it from the still image that I had. So I haven't done it. But I have the driving one. Me driving. But there's, yeah, I actually don't know how many I have. I haven't looked at it since I took my break. My 4-month break. I haven't checked how many slots I have. But I have a few emotes that I'd like. So, anyway. Black magic. Incredible motive, even if it's a field that Sherlock doesn't know. Is that love, by any chance? Or is that black magic?
Black magic?
There we go.
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Resentment could be revenge.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Well, that's my answer. Is that not right? I don't know if... Do I need to... put more than one?
Black magic?
I'm not... Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
We are?
What are we doing, Holmes?
I don't know. You must make conclusions based on the observations and facts revealed during the course of the investigation. The factors used during the murder investigations will appear directly in the center. Others will be available on the left side of the screen. Click on an observation and position it in one of the spaces in the center. The box containing an arrow will appear on the screen. By clicking an arrow, 3 possible deductions will display. You must choose one. All of the conclusions on the right have a green outline. Oh. I don't think I can do anything with that yet. Are we not done, maybe?
Well,
Oh,
we
I
are
just
still
reset
missing-
it. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I think it's madness.
Black magic?
I'm not.
Homicidal insanity?
It is.
Theft, perhaps?
I have a.
Revenge, Holmes?
Like, these all
A
match.
personal drama?
Because I think if he says a line, that means I've matched them up, right? But I don't know any more than that. Okay.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
Does that mean I have to go somewhere or do something? Like, what have I not done? Like, what have... Oh, the crime scene's gone. Oh, there he is. He's wearing the hat. He's wearing the hat, folks. We can all stop worrying about the deerstalker conundrum. He is wearing it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Someone in my building is putting up a shelf, I think. Is there maybe a deduction I haven't done? No, that's not what I wanted. No, it looks like I've done everything. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Because I meant to clearly be doing this.
Well, we are still missing
He
certain.
he says we're missing certain information. What information are we missing? Do we need to go to the police station again? I'm gonna go to the police station again.
I have no reason to go that way.
Oh.
I have no.
Never mind. So that means whatever I don't know.
What do you think, Holmes? What shall we do, Holmes? And so, Holmes?
Also, really disturbingly, to move forward, instead of pressing W, I can also do this. Which I think is very wrong. I just feel that Jack the Ripper is Moriarty. Not yet. We haven't got to that bit yet. That'll be later. What?
Theft.
Yeah, I know. No, that's clearly...
Homicidal
It is
Revenge, Holmes?
revenge.
Maybe I'm only supposed to
Homicidal
do one?
insanity.
It is in.
Maybe it's that.
Homicidal in.
It is in.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I don't know what I'm supposed to... Like, I've clearly linked them
Revenge,
up, right?
Holmes? Theft, perhaps?
I have a.
Black magic?
I'm not.
A personal drama?
Like, I've done that. Am I supposed to do something else?
Well, we are still missing certain.
Welcome back. Let's get these mysteries, fam. Hope everyone is doing good.
Hello, Samio. Thank you so much for 82 months. Is that how long I've been an affiliate? That's wild. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are trying to solve the mystery of Jack the Ripper. However, I am so stuck. Is it maybe in one of these? Something I've missed? You don't have the murder weapon. Like, what? Deerstalker? Is that the deerstalker? Oh no, that's just a tweed hat. I can't even click on anything I could click on before. Oh, hello. I can't actually like investigate any of this. I love that he has a magnifying glass right next to his bed. That's fantastic. What am I meant to do?
What are we doing, Holmes?
Good question. Where's my basset hound, huh? Where's my basset hound? I'm supposed to have one. I did a posture check on myself there. This is the only thing I can interact with. Hydrate. Your brother has a basset hound? I don't actually like basset hounds all that much, but Joe loves them, and he really wants a basset hound. And also there was a basset hound in one of the other games, so that's why I was like, where is my basset? Why are basset hounds like detectives? Dog of choice. What is it about them? Is it because they're good at sniffing things out? Honestly, what are any of us doing? I want a cat. I want a cat really badly. That's amazing. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to do something with these pins, but it just seems to be... Maybe... Madness isn't... Okay, so... They're all linked up correctly as far as I can tell, because if they all make sense, and when I put them in place... There was like a voice line, which makes me think that I've done it right. And the only one that really makes any sense is this one. Because maybe black magic. But the other ones are all like, why would he steal She Lived in Misery? You know. It's not a family thing because she didn't have any personal ties at all. It's not a love thing. And it's not revenge because she didn't know him, right? So it could be, but doing that doesn't seem to do anything if I click them yes or no. So I don't know if that has to be what I'm supposed to do, and I just got it wrong.
Elementary.
Ah!
Very well, Watson.
There.
I think we've exhausted the topic.
God.
Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
Thank you, I need one. Is there sniffers? It definitely wouldn't be their criminal chasing
it would
capacity.
seem that
the
the
laziest dog
investigation
breed to
is
exist.
advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely they wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these two questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Lestrade's coming! We get to meet
Enter,
Lestrade!
Inspector.
Oh, not how I expected him to look at all.
Good day.
Dear Watson, allow me to introduce
Oh, no, it's
Inspector
Aberline. It's not
Inspector
Lestrade.
Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, Nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
That's not his line.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Abeline's questions.
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarise ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well.
Breathing so heavily.
You take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case. Our image isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will send you a note regarding my conclusions shortly.
With pleasure. Gentlemen?
Do you
Well,
think
that's the end
that
of the
he will
game.
find the murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
Ha ha!
How is that?
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
Very sneaky. You control Dr. Watson. You control the universe. Okay. I'm not going to read it again. Or rather, I'm not going to read this one. This is a new one, but I'm not reading it all out. Yeah, see? I told you that the hand movements were distracting. Is Holmes here? Oh, there he is.
What? You still haven't left for Whitechapel, Watson?
Jesus, all right, man. I just wanted to see how you were doing. Good lord. Nah, I prefer the new Sherlock. Oh, that's not the door. That's probably Holmes's room. Ah, yes, of course. I was like, why is there... He's a writer. What a stupid thing to say. Calm down, Holmes. Jeez. Okay. I'm just gonna go quickly check something. I don't think I locked the door earlier, so I'm gonna go and check. I'll be right back. Thank you. I had, in fact, not locked the door, and I suddenly thought, I should probably do that. Because I'm sitting behind a closed door with headphones on, and I won't be able to hear if somebody comes in. Tell me you don't want Watson here without telling me you don't want Watson here. Get out of here. Police station.
Well, if I follow Holmes's instructions, then to begin my investigation into this leather apron, I must first head to the police station.
That's where we are, Watson. You don't need to tell me that. Hello again. Jim Broadbent. It's his voice.
Good evening, sir. What do you... I know you. You were here last week with Sherlock Holmes.
Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Show said earlier that apparently Watson has been in a lot of the person voicing Watson's been in a lot of other things, but the person voicing Holmes has only been in the Sherlock Holmes games. Might explain why he's better. He's got a better voice.
Indeed. I have come to bring a message from Sherlock Holmes for Inspector Abeline.
Very well, I will pass it on. But come to
Junko
think of it,
posing.
someone was asking about you recently. Finley, the caretaker of some shady boarding house nearby. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, actually.
Perhaps. Actually, I read in the Star that you have arrested a suspect called Leather Apron.
You shouldn't believe what you read in that rag, sir. The man is being hunted, but we have yet to get our hands on him, and we aren't close to it either.
Why ever not?
Bah, he's a specialist in the streetwalker racket. These girls make pitiful witnesses, and we don't inspire confidence. Furthermore, the man seems to be pretty discreet lately. Someone must be helping to hide him.
Yeah, I do. I think that, yeah, I feel like they had to have given him a time limit because he speaks so fast. He's like, I gotta get all of these words out. Whereas Watson's like, hey, it's cool, it's chill, man. Sherlock's like, I gotta speak so fast.
How to get on his trail, then?
One of these girls would have to confide in us and give a valid description of the man. Then we'd ask around the journeymen, who use aprons, I imagine.
Wait, why? I should probably read that newspaper.
Well, goodbye.
Well, goodbye.
I must go to Finley's boarding house.
I love it. It's really good because it tells me where I need to be. I'm gonna speed read this in my head. I don't really care how many people live there. After being knocked about by a leather apron. Okay. Does he wear an apron? Is that why? He doesn't say that he's... Okay. Never mind. Let's go back to what we were doing. We gotta go to the boarding house again. Maybe because we helped him earlier, he'll be nice and, like, tell us stuff. Is everyone ready for the screaming? Late at night, maybe there won't be any screaming. We can live in hope. Oh. He's painting a door now.
Good evening, Finley.
Oh, good evening, sir. Aren't you the gentleman who was with the great detective the other time?
That is indeed me, Dr. Watson.
Screaming is only for the morning. It's a good... You need to have a good morning scream. You know, just have a little good... Like, get it out your system. Get out your system. And then you can go about your day. Yeah, no screaming at night. People are sleeping. The people are on the night shift, you know?
Tell me, Finley, I was told that you were looking for us at the police station.
Indeed, I wanted to thank you for last time, you know. That vagrant has never set foot round mine again. I even found a tenant, one who pays his rent, I mean.
Tenant. If it's an old clip from way back when, we need to get to the open mic night. Oh my god. I was like trying to figure out if you meant a clip from me, and then I suddenly that was Lake, wasn't it? That was from... It's indeed me, Dr. Watson. Stares vacantly. I love that. I feel like I should just do that in real life. Should I am an NPC though, in my job, because I do just stand behind the desk and wait for people to approach me and then serve them because I work at the customer service desk. But maybe I should just do that when they ask me a question. I should like just wait and like kind of do an idle animation until they like answer my question. Give them dialogue options on a little like clipboard. Like, which one? Pick one.
You don't seem very happy, but you were lucky to have found a good tenant so quickly.
It's just that this man is very strange. He paid several days in advance and I gave him a key to the place. Since then, he goes out every night and returns at ungodly
It's Jack
the
hours.
Ripper! I'm sure he goes to visit the ladies.
Already.
But still, every night.
It's got a lot of stamina. What is it?
Something must have broken in his case and stank up the stairs in his room for 2 days. I think it was a jar. It must be over there.
And then he just looks away into the distance. And then whenever they speak, you go, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Like in Fallout. Add the trapdoor, then stick your legs through it so you look like you fell to the floor. That's so funny. And you got to like really confidently just full on walk into a wall, but like make it like you go along the wall like that. That would be really funny. I should do that with the desk. I could walk into the desk and then like slide along it. That would be quite funny. The thing is though, is like it would be wasted on most of the customers. No one would know what I was doing. they'd just be like, okay.
Tell me, have you heard talk of leather apron?
Is it not the leather
By
apron?
the papers, that's all. This man seems very sinister.
Do you know any journeymen who use this type of apron?
The slaughterhouse butchers, I believe, but definitely the cobblers. I know one,
I wasn't
old
paying attention.
Isaac Solomonovich.
Ooh,
His
great
workshop
name.
is on a small street in the Jewish community, across from the hospital. He's a good man. He can help you. But you know, the people there are very close and don't share much with non-Jews.
Okay. I wasn't actually paying attention to what he said for half of that because I was too busy trying to do the talking animation. Oh.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
There's those store trials they're making for Disney that let you walk in place indefinitely. That sounds cool. Is it just like a little treadmill? Dude, why are you painting in that direction? Do it with... Oh, never mind.
This odour is very strong indeed, but the whole neighbourhood as such has a dreadful stench. Finley might have an idea as to what this jar
I bet that's Jack the
contained.
Ripper.
What do you want, Doctor?
What do you want?
You're right. The pieces of the jar that your tenant broke do give off a strange smell.
It's true. That's quite normal given his trade.
Yes, and
Is he gonna be a
would the
leather
trade
worker?
be of your strange tenant?
A doctor, like yourself, I believe. Dr. Tumblety, a foreigner.
Great name.
Canadian, perhaps.
Dr. Tumblety. It might be interesting to know more about him.
That sounds really interesting. Each tile is formed with multiple little tiles that tilt and flip.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
Let's look into that. He's doing that way to upset me. Well, specifically... Also, I keep thinking he's got something in his mouth. Right, okay, we found the jar. Do we need to go back to the police station, maybe? Hello? Can I talk to him?
Tell me, is it...
You should return home, sir.
Very helpful. Think about using it for VR to be more immersive. I know that there's somebody on TikTok who's been using a VR treadmill for every day to lose weight, and I think that's so cool. And I just wish that I had the money and the space for a VR treadmill, because it would be really fun, and it would stop me getting motion sick because I'd actually be physically moving. I cannot get how anyone you hold a conversation with defaults to staring off vacantly into the middle distance when they're waiting on you to select an option. So good. So good.
The night is cool. What a horrible summer we have had.
Was that code? The night is cool. What a horrible summer we have had. This game is so good. This game is so good. But it's so bad. But it's so good.
Does the name Tumblety mean anything to you?
Not at all. But if you like, I can make inquiries.
Yeah, go for it.
Fine. Why not?
Sure
One never
thing.
knows.
I'm sure you don't have anything better to do, mister.
Well, goodbye.
Have you looked into it yet?
Some news, Doctor?
No, okay.
Well, goodbye.
Well, goodbye. Just have that as my outro. Just, well, goodbye. What am I doing? What am I doing now? Hold on. Okay, good. I was worried that all of the random people on the street were gonna fill up my dialogue box. With Mike and I have been looking for ways to lose weight, and I feel like roaming around in Skyrim and VR will be perfect for it. That would be really cool. That's kind of what the person I saw on TikTok who's been doing it every day. I think they started with Skyrim because basically they just would never fast travel, and they would just walk everywhere they needed to go and like do like a little, almost like a morning workout, but they would walk from one place to another place in the game to like and have the view. I think is such a cool idea. I don't know what I would play though, because I really like I like Beat Saber. I don't have a VR. I want to state this for the record. But I mean, if you want to. I've played someone else's VR, and really the only game that I got really into was Beat Saber. So if I had a VR, I would probably play Beat Saber a lot. Because it's the only time I like exercising is if it's some kind of music-based thing, or I've got good music to listen to. I've tried like what's it called? The Ring Fit. I have Ring Fit for the Switch, and it's fine, but I can't like get into a habit of doing it every day because it's just like I don't care about it. Like I'm not excited to play it. Beat Saber looks so fun. It was very fun when I played it. I did have to turn off the crouching though, because by default you obviously get the notes to hit, but then you also have to like squat to avoid things going over your head, and I just can't do that consistently. My knees would not let me, so I had to turn it off. But the fact that I can turn it off was very good. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I don't stop selecting that. Am I supposed to talk to people? Like walking on treadmill in full plate. Hey, if you can get full plate armor. Are you dead?
I have nothing to ask.
Why did you say that backwards? I have nothing to ask.
No, it would be better not to insist.
Okay.
I have no reason to go that way.
Why is the cadence so weird by the way they're speaking? Oh, I need to go to the Jewish guy. That's where I'm going, right? Did he not say that I need to go speak to someone called Molomovich or something? No! Keep scrolling up and it's moving the chat on my screen. I know one, old Isaac Solomonovich. His workshop is on a small street in the Jewish community across from the hospital. Okay, so I need to go to the clinic. What? I don't want to have that in my hand. Stop making me walk around with a broken bottle. It looks so suspicious. Ah, here he is.
A cobbler shop. Closed. I will return later. The policeman said the street girls would know something about the leather apron.
There we go.
Maybe I should go and see Lucy.
Yeah, it scrolled away from your message. It's so rude. Hey, Lucy!
Oh, it's you. I'm coming. Dr. Watson, how are you?
She likes me, because I helped her uncle.
Well, and yourself? And how's your uncle?
How's your uncle?
Oh, he sleeps a lot, but he doesn't seem to be suffering. Your medicine has worked wonders. Thank you again.
Thanks, I made it myself.
It was the least I could do. Well...
No, I didn't mean to do that.
It was the least...
Okay.
I have come to see you about a certain leather apron. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yes, of course. Terrible things are said about that man.
Have you ever come across him?
Goodness gracious, no. But I know that he has threatened and taken many girls in my situation. I don't know what more I can say, but Bella would be able to tell you some.
That's not her line at all.
Who is Bella?
Bella Pullman. She's the landlady of the place where I could take you there if you like.
Please
Nobody's saying it. Everybody's being very, very subtle with
It's me. It's Lucy. This gentleman would like to speak to Bella. It's the doctor who helped me. I must leave to return to my uncle. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Good thing I helped her. Can I go in? Are you Bella?
You in a rush, my pretty?
Nope. Hey, there we go.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
I think that's the best voice so far. I don't know if it beats the kid voice. The kid's voice was really good. But this guy's got a great voice.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
Okay. Okay, we're just gonna go in here. Oh, this is gonna be very uncomfortable, isn't it? Can I get a refill, please? Can I get a refill, please?
If you'd be patient, Madam Bella will arrive in a moment.
Hi.
Good evening. I am Dr. Watson. It is young
She looks like the
Lucy
woman who wouldn't
told
talk to me
come
earlier.
see you.
Ah, so you're the good Samaritan who saved her uncle without asking for anything in return. And now you've come to see me, no doubt, to explain that the poor little thing doesn't belong here, and you will see to her future. Well, if you expect me to let her leave with you...
It's not that, Ma'am. You should know I am a married man.
Ah,
And
now
why
we
should
know.
that matter?
Why should that matter? She makes a good point.
I believe there has been a misunderstanding. The reason that Lucy sent me here is that you may be able to give me some information about Leather Apron.
Are you a doctor or a constable?
I am most certainly a doctor, but I am acting in this matter in a private capacity, and I would like to find this man.
Well, if you're able to rid us of him, I'll give you a week's worth of free passes.
Wow,
that
a
man is
week?
thorn in our
That's pretty good.
sides. He spies on the girls in the streets and watches them inside the houses, spying through the windows. And as
Great.
soon as they're finished with a client, he jumps on them without any warning and forces them to give him their money. I've never seen him, but one of my girls was attacked by this man, and she said that he wore a leather apron and carried a knife. And his face, oh, he has a horrible head, with rat's eyes and a deformed mouth. She even said that she knew his name, Pizer or Pizer, I think. But I don't know where she can be found. Margie, Nutcracker, the girl I'm talking about, could tell you more, but I had to let her go last week.
Okay, where's Margie?
Why did you let Margie go?
The poor girl caught a shameful sickness, and the symptoms have attacked her face, if you know what I mean. So I gave her notice, and a little bit to help her along. I don't know where she is now, but she'll certainly be getting treatment at the
So
clinic
much
if she's still in
movement.
the neighbourhood.
Did you speak to the police?
What would they do? Who cares about the girls in the streets?
Exactly. However, we've been to the clinic, and he told us that everybody who was ill was miraculously healed.
Would you have received a visit from another doctor, a stranger by the name of Tumblety?
I'm just like you, Doctor. Sworn to secrecy in my profession. But as I've taken a fancy to you, I can tell you that
She
this
could hit
name
me.
is not unknown to me. And if you do me a little favour, it is possible I might remember something about
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like she's trying. I feel like I'm watching this conversation and she's trying to like signal me and give me a code. She's like waving and like hands at me. And she's like, you know, she's like, I'm in danger. Help me. Save me from this man.
What kind of favour must I do for you?
You see that man over there? He's a rich artist, a painter, a regular client round here. Well, yesterday, he came and left his cane in the umbrella stand in the hall before going into one of the rooms. Well, when he returned to this room, the cane had disappeared.
What I love is that he's clearly
It's a cane
talking.
with a massive silver knob. Must be worth
but
a
his
fortune.
mouth is not
He
moving.
threatened to call the police unless he got free services in my establishment for a year. I'll be forced to
year?
accept, unwillingly, of course, given the services that he's demanding, unless the cane is found.
Did you question the residents regarding the theft?
They didn't see anything, and there's not one of them that would risk stealing from a client here.
Who was in the room when your weasel of a client was in the chambers?
There were a few that came and went, but Mary could tell you better than I can, because she was the one at the counter yesterday.
Cleaning the floor in a full dress like that.
Thank you.
It's so uncomfortable.
No problem, my angel.
Don't call me that. That's weird. Okay, we're gonna go talk to Mary.
What happened to this rug?
Oh, it's when we got a coal yesterday. I asked the young man to fill the pail, Came back to put it down, but his feet were covered in soot and he made a black print. Madam Bella said it was my fault and I got a shilling's penalty. I also have to clean the print and it's no picnic. He has immense feet, that boy.
I heard that there was a theft yesterday.
It was the coal guy. It has
Did you
to be.
see anything?
No, and I was here the whole time.
Oh my god. Okay.
Who delivers the coal?
It's never the same person. I'd never seen that lad before.
Do you always keep an eye on the coat stand?
Oh, yes. Well, when the coal delivery came, a client came out of the chambers and stopped me from seeing the boy who brought the bucket of coal. You don't think he would have taken advantage?
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
Now. Can I get a refill, please?
It's best not to stray off in that direction.
Okay, I thought there might be clues that way, that's all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear man.
Good evening.
I was led to believe that you're a doctor.
None of the residents of this establishment are one of my patients, sir.
Well, you're not here as a doctor, but as a man, then. I understand.
Is it still crunchy or is it okay?
It's in these houses in Whitechapel that you find the girls the most natural and definitely no docile.
Your way of speaking about these women is not that gentleman, sir.
Okay, audio is still crunchy. Okay, let me restart
Well,
again.
I shall leave you, Mr.
Secret artist aficionado of lovely girls.
Alright, hold on. Oh, that nice biscuit vibe. Okay, I'll restart. Thanks for telling me immediately, guys. That was really helpful. Just gonna have this LA Noire vibe for a bit first, while the game loads. There we go. How's that? Is that better? I'll start a conversation so you can hear it.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you,
Thank you for letting me know.
problem.
Okay, get back to the conversation with this guy.
Loosen your belt, my friend. You're in Whitechapel. These girls would die of hunger if we weren't here.
His eyes are not having a good time. What is happening?
I heard that you were the victim of a robbery here.
Oh, I'm not complaining. The loss of that walking stick will certainly bring me a very pleasant compensation.
I hate him.
What does your cane look like?
The stick is ebony, about 35 inches long.
Very specific, okay.
The round knob is made from chiseled silver with a ring around the middle of the same workmanship. Just like the tip, for that matter. If you find it, don't tell a soul. Keep it for yourself. Got it?
He wants free services.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. Or until next time. And good evening.
These paintings are suggestive,
Oh,
at the very least.
Poor Watson. He's like, ah, a boob. He's just having a nice conversation with her.
These paintings
Oh, it's
are
just something, okay.
best not
Okay,
to
that's
stray
that's
off
where
in-
the customers are. Oh, there's a lot of doors. Oh, that's outside. Okay. Audemars did not like boob. Maybe I'm gonna uncensor boob. That's a bit much. We can have boob. Boob is fine. Oh,
Best not
heavens.
to stray off in that direction.
Okay, so how am I supposed to find out about where the cane is?
Best not to stray off.
If I can't look around. I guess it could have been the coal guy? Am I supposed to look for the coal guy?
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you, ma'am.
No.
She said it like, you don't think he would have taken advantage, do you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
I tried to make it as docile as possible, and it said, no, sir, we don't use that language here. Good heavens. That would be so funny if I had it set so that if somebody swore, it responded with, good heavens. We don't use that kind of language here. Hold on. Which one of these is a hand? Oh.
Best not to
Okay.
stray
They are the
off
same
in that
thing.
direction.
So that's outside. He's just gonna say he doesn't like me, isn't he?
Out of the way, I don't like the...
I've got something stuck in my throat. I'm not fully sure what I'm meant to do now, because... Like... There's a woman at the hospital who... Aha! There are people here now. Guess he has, you know, been here for it's been a week, so... There's a woman! Can I talk to the woman?
Good evening, Doctor. My name is Dr. Watson. Pleased to meet you.
Good evening. I am Dr. Gibbons. Likewise.
Good evening. I am Dr. Gibbons. He looks like Ross Hornby. I can't stop seeing it. Like... Sorry. Okay,
I have come to see you about one of your patients. Margie goes by the nickname Nutcracker, who gets her prescription from the clinic.
This clinic.
She's a lady of the night and is afflicted with a venereal disease.
I know who you're talking about. Indeed, Margie has syphilis and is being treated with mercury.
Do you have her address?
No. And for your information, she left London for good 3 days ago. She felt threatened.
Well, then I'm screwed.
Margie felt threatened? But by whom?
I believe that Margie was particularly scared of a terrifying man who attacked her once.
Did she say the name Pizer or Pyther?
Unfortunately, she didn't give a name, but she described a man with shifty, rat-like eyes and a mouth twisted in a sinister grimace.
Yep, that's him.
Did Margie have any idea where this man who terrified her so much might be found?
No, but she told me that another girl who'd been attacked like her had told her that this man worked in a cobbler's run by an old Israeli. Also, she saw him again last week, the night of the big fire. She told of going to see the fire like most everyone else in the area. While there, she recognised her attacker in the crowds gathered at the warehouses. There was no mistaking a face like that, she said. She kept an eye on the man the whole time the firemen were working in order to avoid him.
Israelite. That's the word you were looking for.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
In the 1800s and early 1900s, doctors often prescribed mercury for syphilis and other venereal diseases. It was an ointment. It was added to vapor baths. Patients dabbed it on their sores or inhaled it. Totally safe. Totally safe. Doctor prescribed it. Must be fine. Oh, a cutscene.
This interview with the doctor revealed an important fact. Leather Apron could not be the Bucks Row murderer. According to Margie, the villain passed most of the night of the crime at the fire. He could not have been at the scene of the murder at the moment it was committed. He is nonetheless a dangerous character.
And then he strides off into the night. We do. As a species, we do. Oh, I thought I was still on a loading screen. I was like, I have time to do something on my phone. Okay, so do I follow up on either of those things? Where's the cobblers run by an old Israelite? Is that the same cobblers? Oh, don't worry about it. Welcome in. that the same cobblers from before? I mean, it makes sense. I guess do I...
Tell me, is it...
Nah, time to chat. I've got business. Got it?
And then he goes the other way. Absolutely fantastic. Bye then. See you later. Okay. Right. What am I doing? Am I going back to Baker Street?
I have no reason to go that way.
No, apparently not. Talking about peach cobbler, blackberry cobbler, or shoe cobbler? Shoe cobbler. Bless you. Police station. This reminds me of Professor Layton, actually. Really? Does it, in fact, remind you of a puzzle? I was supposed to be playing Layton today, but I was in too much of a hurry, and I didn't want to have to wrap up suddenly if we were in the middle of a puzzle. So, next week we'll start Layton, and we'll play Layton all week. Does that sound good?
Some news, Doctor?
I hope you can help me. Use it as an ointment for treatment, because they recognize the toxicity of it being elixirs. They knew it can and will kill you, but they used it anyway. I mean, again, very human. Where am I meant to be going? I have so many different, like, things I need to be doing. I should add these to the game notes, really, shouldn't I? That's what we should be doing. I need to go to the cobblers, but I can't go to the cobblers until daytime, because it's closed. Okay, it's time to start a new page in my notebook. Layton versus Jack the Ripper would be interesting, and then they revealed that it was Luke all along! Yes, exactly. It's actually a murderer. Well, doesn't he... We like, established that he has, like, his own little, like, gang of criminals and stuff. So I need to go to the cobbler. I'm writing this down. Oh, I've also dropped the cost of adding to the game notes, by the way. I need to go to the cobblers because of two things. Firstly, because we think... Oh no, because he's a cobbler. Yeah. So we think leather apron works there. However, we don't know... We know that he wasn't the murderer. Oh, and I need a pair of shoes. You're right, I do. Permanently. No, don't add that to the case file. Hold on, I need to tab out of the game because I haven't actually got the case file on this screen. Give me a second. Oh god, that's way too big. There you go. There's our case file is now available to check. We gotta be looking fire, you're right. It's not up to me, Sick Inside, it gets added on its own. It's automatic. Worth the points. Yeah, so it costs 100 points to add stuff to the case file. And use that. But I will delete stuff at the end of the stream if it's not relevant. Just so people don't start spamming it with things. Okay. Leather apron works there. What else do I need to do? I need to find the cane. This is relevant. I didn't say it wasn't. I was just... Other people might start spamming it. Okay, we've got about half an hour left of stream. Because I'm stopping early so that I can finish packing and make my dinner and not be stressed out of my mind getting to the train station on time. I hate going to catch a train. I like being on the train, but I hate going to catch a train because I'm always convinced that it's going to take me twice as long as it actually does to get there. And then when I get to the station, I'm always like, which platform is it? Even though there's like 2 platforms. I'm like, which platform is it? Where am I going? What have I missed the train? Panic. Actual panic. And then I get on the train and I'm like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're good. Getting off the train, not. Also a little bit stressful, but not nearly as stressful as getting on it. Find the missing cane. That's what I need to do. Old guy? Question mark? I mean, I don't need to do that, but I kind of want to solve the crime because I don't like the man. And I don't have any new clues or anything, do I? No. Can I just give Sherlock a little phone, like ring him up and be like, "Oi, by the way, it wasn't Leather Apron." I feel like I should be able to tell the police that it's not Leather Apron. But I don't know what I'm meant to be doing now. I'm probably supposed to be solving the coal thing. I mean, the cane thing, right? Not from 9 3/4, clearly. I'll just run into a wall. It's fine. Oh, so I've only really been... Since becoming an adult, I have been on a plane twice. Well, two separate times, so 4 times, because obviously coming back the way as well, but... Actually, I don't think I flew back the first time. No, I did. I must have done. But I was so stressed the first time going on a plane. I was like... What do I do? What if I don't have enough stuff? What if I, like, take something into the... I have something in my bag that I'm not supposed to have there, and then there's this whole kerfuffle with it. I know it's totally fine. I know now it's totally fine, but I was so stressed, and I wasn't with, like, my family or a group of friends. It was a work thing, so I couldn't even be, like... Tell them and be like, can you help me calm down and, like, reassure me? They were just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, ah! So stressed. But then the second time I got on, it was fine, except for the fact that it was late. And it was really annoying because we were just standing waiting for like half an hour after the waiting time that you're supposed to give. You know how you're supposed to get there early, right? So we'd already been there that whole time, and then we had more time. And it wasn't like delayed for a particularly long time, but it's a very short flight, so it was like, it just made it feel so much worse. I'm more worried about my phone working when I landed in another country. Well, the only time I've been abroad, I was in Europe, so I was fine. Because my phone contract just it covers Europe, which I didn't know at the time, but it does. Because I called them and I was like, do I have to pay for extra data? And they were like, no, it'll work. Like, sweet. But I am worried if I ever go outside of Europe, what will happen. Anyway, what are we doing? Can I maybe talk to some people? Maybe Lucy knows. Hey Lucy, you in your window? I think it's this one. She's not in her window. Wait, why do I have the item again? I don't want to glass people. I don't want to bottle people. So by security coming home from Las Vegas because of a very small, like 2cm knife with a false edge. Oh dear. Was attached to a guitar ball opener and I was sad. Oh no, did you lose the ball opener too? Lucy said the sky with diamonds. I ain't seen no diamonds up there. Not even like that for North America. Canada and Mexico are not the same providers. To be fair, America is a lot bigger. I was like, you can go and post at home. Well, I'm not paying that much for curing to be sent home. Yeah, no, that's not worth it. I did see... No. I was gonna say, I saw a TikTok of somebody, what is that? Is that a person? Oh, it is! Okay. Sleep well. Somebody buying stuff in Japan and then posting at home. And they were like, it's actually not as expensive as you might expect. Where's the... Ah, okay. I'm gonna go to the boarding house because it's the only other place that I have.
What do you want, Doctor?
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
Okay, so I don't really know what I'm doing, which is always the way. I can't go back to Baker Street to talk to Holmes, which means... Because I figured if I want to go back in the morning, I go home so I can sleep, but when I try and do that...
I have no reason to go that way.
I can't go home. So I think maybe I'm supposed to figure out what happened to the cane?
You're in a
No,
rush,
no,
Margaret.
no. I don't want to talk. I don't want to your services. I want to ask you about a missing cane. Is it on the ground somewhere? On the ground. I read of UK customs confiscating pocket knives from checked baggage on luggage checks. To be fair, I haven't. I don't know if... What am I supposed to do? Where's the coat rack? No home for Holmes. I'm actually Watson now. Hiya! I'm standing behind you now.
Yes, Dr.
Okay,
Thank you, Mom.
No problem.
Am I supposed to go find Margie? No, because she's left London. It just looks like a little... Maybe I should just, like... That's what I'll do. I'll go to work, and I'll cut out a little, like, speech bubble shape and just stick it to my face. Now it's like I really am an NPC. Ah! Can I look at this, maybe? So ignore the really loud smooching sounds, okay? It's fine. Don't worry about it. There's a hi show. Welcome back. Homeless. Terrible. She's gonna be cleaning that for the rest of the day. Oh, there we go.
A large black footprint.
That's so helpful. Is there something in that corner that I just can't see? Oh. There's a pole. Oh, it's the fire. Right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Already spoken to her
Until
about
next
everything.
time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
Okay, I now have a footprint. Does that help me in any way? Do I have that in my deductions? No. Okay.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
No.
Thank you, Mom.
No problem, my angel.
You're still walking Holmes. Walk safe. What am I...
These paintings
Yes,
are...
I know they're suggestive,
best
Watson.
not to stray off in that...
Just ignore the sounds. It's fine. Sometimes being a detective takes you into awkward situations, okay? And you all have to learn to get through it. Oh, I can go through my inventory with the scroll wheel. That's why it came up before. Don't fight the cars. You'll lose.
These paintings
Also, I just
are...
wish the lights were on. It's so dark in here. Right, I genuinely don't know what I'm meant to be doing because I've got... I think I meant to find the cane so that I can get more information to find the guy. Because she was like, if you find this cane for me, then I'll tell you all the secrets about the man. And I can't find the cane because I can't go into any of the rooms and I can only talk to so many people. And maybe I talk to the guy again.
Loosen. Well, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
No. No, no, don't say that. What am I doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to shout. So for context, if you just joined us, the lady over there has information about somebody, but she says she'll only tell me... She basically was like, if you could do me a favor, then I'll waive client confidentiality and I'll tell you. And the favor is finding a cane that this guy lost in this building. However, he doesn't want me to find it because he's managed to convince the lady that if he can't get it back, he gets free services for a year, which obviously is something that he wants. However, I have a feeling that it might have been taken by the guy who delivers the coal, but I don't know who that is. And I don't know how to find out who that is.
Out of the way.
Yeah, I know. You don't like the look of me. I get it. I get it. Keep hoping it might be him. Hiya!
Tell me, is it...
You coming, dearie?
And then she turns away. Very cool. I can make anybody turn around.
I have nothing
Oh,
to
it's
ask.
Santa Claus again.
No, it would be better not to insist.
I like that it does remember who I've spoken to, which is pretty neat.
Tell me, is it...
What? I know you.
See people see me and walk away. Oh no. Dr. Radcliffe's great remedy. I wonder if these are real ads that they've put on these walls. I think that's quite fun. These people won't be able to talk to me, will they? About the cop.
Tell me, is it?
I'm on duty, sir.
Oh yeah, I'm not Sherlock, of course. Yeah.
Tell me, is it?
So, my lord, you looking for love? True love?
No, I'm good. I'm looking for a guy who brings
I have no reason to go that way.
Who brings the coal. I have genuinely no idea what I'm meant to do now.
Commercial Street.
Correct.
You're in a rush, my
No,
pretty.
no, I don't want to be rushed. Thank you. Zeal. Zeal is a good word. Okay, I think I must have missed something. Can I go over the bridge yet, or is it going to tell me I don't need to go that way?
I have no reason to go that way.
I can't go home and sleep. It won't let me. So it must be something I have to do before I can go to the cobblers. Unless the cane is just, like, kicking about somewhere. Let's go in here in case it's, like, lost and found or something.
Closed.
Silver cane? Anyone?
Some news, Doctor?
No, apparently
Well,
not.
Goodbye.
Anybody want a police hat? Only there was a payphone. To call Holmes and be like, what am I meant to do? Party member wishes to speak to you. Are you sure you want to rest? Which party member? Ah! Hello! Hello, Tony!
Yippee.
Yippee, indeed. Hello, hello. How are you doing? What's your Fallout playthrough going? I wasn't being creepy and watching your stream. Where am I meant to go? Laugh every time. Good. I cree every team. Where am I meant to be going? I found the cobblers. That's the thing. Maybe I can go. Maybe I can break in. Don't know why though. I need to speak to somebody who works there. I am doing pretty.
Burner Street.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm stressed. Sack manufacturer. Because I can't figure out where I'm meant to be going or what I'm meant to be doing. It's very annoying. Because I'm supposed to be going to a shop, but I have to wait till daytime, and I can't go home and sleep. Am I meant to sleep on the floor? What am I meant to do? And there's a thing that I'm supposed to be doing, but I have absolutely no leads. Yeah, I'm not talking to them again. They're gonna just be creepy. Okay. Can I show somebody the bottle? Does that help anything? Where if I go?
Yes?
Can I get a refill, please? I wish I wasn't so
Thank you, Mom.
early in the
No
loop.
problem,
It's just so
my
annoying.
angel.
He's like one of those filthy urchins. Get on the floor. Genuinely don't know what I'm meant to be doing. I'm gonna oh, I forgot I could do that. I'm gonna have to look it up because I can't. Spoken to him. Nothing else is. Ignore the noises, okay? People are just exercising in the other room.
These paintings are... These paintings
he
are...
literally says the same thing about every painting. You'd be terrible to take to an art gallery. I'm gonna have to look this up. I genuinely have no idea what I'm meant to be doing now. I'm gonna have to spend a hint coin, folks. I'm so sorry. Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. Silver Cane. I don't know how else to ask it.
Can I get a refill?
Can I get a refill? Voices are coming through different earphones. Oh, I'm so sorry. Go to the clinic. He's definitely... Thank you for the very important note for the case file. We have to go to the clinic, but now I have to hit my button. So yeah, I'm supposed to go to the clinic. It's really annoying. I keep hitting M to open the map, and that doesn't work.
What can I do for you?
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we...
Yes, I'm finishing up about past. Okay, hold on. The advice said... to hit space as soon as I enter. But... Oh. Oh, space shows me things I haven't clicked on. Oh, that's good to know.
These footprints are the same as those found on the rug at the brothel.
That's what I was supposed to find. That's why I didn't have a clue what was going on.
These footprints are the same as those
that's what I was
found on
supposed
the
to
rug at
find
the
this whole
brothel.
time.
What
Boy,
can
mate. What about the footprints?
Pardon me, Doctor, but who made the large black footprints there near the beds?
The brother of one of my patients. The poor thing had her leg amputated after colliding with a carriage. We arranged to find her a prosthesis.
Prostheses are very expensive. How did this man pay?
He told me that one of his uncles gave him a walking stick with a chiselled silver knob. I agreed to accept this knob in exchange for a simple prosthesis
Don't say that
with
as a
harness.
phrase.
But this object is of great value, and I could finance half a dozen other prostheses by selling it on Petticoat Lane.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm such a child.
Doctor, I have reason to believe that the
He
silver knob
accepted
that
the
you
knob.
possess is from a cane that was stolen by the man who brought it to you. And I believe I know to whom it belongs.
That's what I was worried about. The story of the uncle seemed a little strange. Nevertheless, you must have proof of what you claim. I will show you all of the knobs that we have here. If you find the knob that the young man gave me, I will believe you.
Please stop saying knob. Please stop saying knob. Okay, it's fine. Thank you very much for the clip. Oh,
So be it, but
this
something
game
is
is so
bothering
good.
me. I will need a complete cane, not just a knob.
Don't worry, dear chap, build one. I can loan you some tools. Make use of the odds and ends in my cupboard. It'll help get rid of it.
Well, I shall try. I will have to remember the description that
Ah!
Sickert gave.
He also... Oh... Okay, I'm coming back. Oh god, I'm stuck. Help! There we go. Good lord. Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
My god. Right. I was so distracted by the fact he kept saying knob. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Oh yes, I'm supposed to go over here. Bye. Oh god. I think it's this one. And it's made of... I think he said it was made of ebony? And it had a silver tip. It was 35 inches long, he said. Hold on. Ebony, about 35 inches long, made from chisel silver with a ring around the middle, just like the tip. Don't laugh. Is that inches? Because that doesn't look right. I think it must be that one. Right? Ring around it. No? Okay. Can I built it. I'm assuming.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Okay, I guess
Goodbye,
it'll
Dr.
just
Gibbons.
happen.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
So I can't go over it. I guess it'll just like say good job when I get it right. So, oh, maybe it needs a middle bit. Oh, he did say around the center.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
I thought he meant around the center of the top.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Yeah. Capitalized. The knob. Why would he have so many? Right? Why would he have so many? It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, okay, if maybe he collects them or he makes them. This is his place of work and he's a doctor. Why does he have so many knobs? Good lord. Collects knobs. Actually get out. Right? I don't think he's even a real doctor. It's John's right. I can't wait to be done with this so I can stop. People, please stop saying the word knob. Just calm, collected, professional. We're professionals. Come on. Does this do anything on this screen? No, it doesn't. I have a zoom button, but it only works on my other screen. We're not the knob club. Right, let's move on.
I believe I found the knob from the stolen cane, which I succeeded in putting back together.
No.
That's the one. And yet I cannot give it to you, Doctor. I will only return it to the police, and only if there is an official complaint
Which
against
there won't
me.
be.
Would there be a way to convince you to give me the cane?
Careful.
Find me a dozen solid adjustable harnesses for wooden leg prostheses, and it's yours, Doctor.
What?
I believe I found
I did that by mistake, sorry.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
Spice Racked is cancelled for now the Knob Club. Please just... I'm not protesting, because if I protest, then you'll do it. So I have to be quiet. What how am I supposed to find prosthesis harnesses? Is that genuinely what I have to do now? A dozen solid adjustable harnesses for wooden leg prosthesis, and it's yours. Where on earth do I find those? Can I go home now? Can I go home yet?
I have no...
I'm still stuck in the building! Okay, go to the police station. Maybe they've got some lost and found. To be fair, how on earth I was supposed to figure out that there was I mean, I was supposed to visit the clinic anyway to talk to Margie. I just didn't look around enough. So maybe.
Some news.
Does the name...
No! I didn't mean to click that.
Well, goodbye.
Apparently, if I hit space, it shows stuff I can do. So, like... Oh, I never clicked this.
Look, a suspect description. Michael Ostrog, wanted for questioning. Dangerous.
Good. I'm sure that was very helpful.
Closed.
Okay, I don't think it's here. Hope it's crucial evidence. I thought I was gonna be done with that. Maybe, okay, maybe I go back to the brothel. I mean, if there's one place starting to have enough knobs for this man's collection, it's probably the brothel. Turn a corner and Lane's just there.
Yes, Doctor?
Thank you, Mom.
Do you happen to know where I can get some harnesses? Not that kind of harness. No, 50 bigger.
Yes, sir.
Who delivers the coal?
It's never the,
Never the same
Until next time, miss.
with pleasure.
He doesn't want his cane back, so he's not going to help me.
Loosen your belt, my friend. We're in Whitechapel. These girls would die of hunger if we weren't here.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you for your
Or
18
until
months.
next time.
That's,
And good evening.
Gosh. That's a year and a half, that is. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, there's nothing I can do. The doctor's a knob collector. He wants pristine ones and the brothel's full of used ones. That's a good point. He wants high quality knobs. Now, I said I was going to finish at past, but as long as I have time to do stuff, I'm going to maybe keep going a little bit. I've been here 8.5 years. That's true, but it says you only subscribed for 18 months, so... I really don't want to have to look up again. I still have a hint coin, but I feel like I shouldn't have to look things up twice in the same case. Also, did you hear my voice break? Silver tipped one, not gonna find that in the brothel, unless some people have got some heavy customization going on. Maybe not in Whitechapel. The guy who runs the boarding house, he was painting some wood. Maybe he's got some free wood for me. To be fair, it was a door, but this is the only thing I can think of. Like, the guy in the doctor had plenty of wood. Why couldn't he make his own?
What do you want, Doctor?
Oh, nothing, apparently. I don't have anything.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
Ah! Okay, knobs. I want knobs. No, don't, please. Jesus Christ. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Where am I gonna find a harness? Am I supposed to do something else completely unrelated? And then I find the harness by accident? Did it do that thing where it unfollowed me by mistake, Samuel? Like, you didn't do anything and Twitch did it. Because I've seen that happen before. Like, just a knob's called Knobhead. I was gonna call that doctor a knobhead. Yep. He just doesn't... He's very dedicated to his job, this guy. Can I... make... I bet these are just street signs, aren't they? What?
Commercial Street.
Commercial Street. Yeah, these are just street signs. That's all this is gonna be.
Batty Street.
I have a train. I don't have.
Burner Street.
I don't have a train to catch yet, but... What do I do? I'm gonna have to look it up again. How? Considering Samio, I think you were probably my first or second follower. I imagine. Yes, you have been following me for a little bit longer than that. I'm gonna have to look it up again. Because I have to wrap up the stream. Hey, thank you! I now have 2. Thank you. Okay. Right. Wait. What? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I just looked it up because it's part of the same forum post that I looked up for the first part. Apparently... Over here. This is the shop I'm supposed to go to later, right? You know how I kept saying I have to go back to it in the daytime?
There's nobody here. How very odd.
That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to use a hint coin because I looked it up, but... Excuse me? It said earlier that I would have to come back later during the day because no one was home. Maybe it just said later and I assumed it meant in the daytime.
I say, these things look like harnesses. Oh my, they are noisy.
Have I just stolen?
Good evening, sir. Pardon the interruption. The door was open. I didn't think that I would find anyone working at this hour.
Good evening, sir. I didn't hear you come in.
Can I steal these?
Say, those things that made noise, they are really harnesses, aren't they?
Yes, horse harnesses. But I must tell you, sir, that the store is normally closed at this hour. That is why I've asked you to return tomorrow.
Can I have the harnesses?
I didn't come about my shoes. I came to speak of a cobbler, perhaps one of your former employees?
Maybe
a
you?
man with very particular habits.
You aren't with the police by any chance? I'm sorry, but I do not want to speak of anything but shoes with you.
I am not a policeman. I am Dr. Watson. It's Mr. Finley, who told me that you might be in a position to inform me.
Ah, that Mr. Finley is a very brave man.
What's his accent doing?
And if he sent you, then you must certainly be a worthy man also. So, Doctor, who is this cobbler with strange habits?
The man of whom I speak is called Pizer or Pyther, a man with a frightening face. Do you know him?
Yes, John Pizer. He worked here for a while, but he is no longer here.
What's going on? I don't know what's happening with his voice.
Do you know where I can find him?
No, and if you look, you will not find him.
Why?
Because he is in hiding, Doctor. You see, a week ago, a horrible murder took place in the neighborhood. A rumor circulated that he might have been responsible for this crime. They say he has quarreled with women of certain virtue in the past, if you understand me.
Uncertain virtue. God, read your lines right, Jesus.
Isaac, it is about the Bucks Row case that I have come to see you. I have the certitude and an incontestable witness that Pizer is innocent, at least of this crime, although he has attacked a number of street women. If he doesn't come forward to explain himself to the authorities, he is condemned to hiding and to take the fall for this murder. Furthermore, it will cast suspicions on your community because they must be hiding him. And while the whole police force is hunting for him, they cannot concentrate on the real assassin who roams the streets and, one never knows, may take any one of you any day.
If what you say is true, your visit is a godsend to our community, Doctor. I tell you something. I know Sergeant Thick, an honest policeman who lives in the area. I'll tell John's family that he must go there to explain himself. But if you could please go as soon as possible to the police to give them this report that you say is incontestable.
I will go as soon as I take leave of you.
Tried.
Thank you.
But they wouldn't let me.
If I can ever be of service in any way, do not hesitate to ask.
Can I have the harnesses, please?
Could we transform your horse harnesses into harnesses for wooden legs? Adjustable harnesses.
A good craftsman can do anything, Doctor. And I do believe that's what I am. Come back in a while and it will be done. That will be my thanks for what you have done.
Fair enough.
I shall return later.
At your convenience, sir.
Fantastic.
I am spent. I would like to return home. But I promised to go to the police as soon as I could. Now then, let's go to the police station.
Nope. We're gonna stop now. It's a bit annoying I had to use 2 hint coins, but there you go. We found out what... Luckily, the game's been out long enough. People have written extensive guides. So that's gonna be me. I do have to go now. I will obviously end the stream as well, but I'm just gonna wrap up this part. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very glad I chose to restart it, because it felt like we had a lot of momentum. That was a lot better. So I hope you enjoyed Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, if you're watching live, so I will be back next week. We probably won't play Sherlock Holmes for a wee bit, unless I get too much later next week, and then I want to switch back. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. You know, like, subscribe, do all those good things, hit the buttons, etc, etc. Good. I've never been able to end a stream naturally. It doesn't work.